real? Oh no. Let's go.
Boston
In Berkeley, California. You got it. This one's for three. AJ Hawk, $5,000. USA, USA, USA.
The following program is a collection of stooges talking about happenings in the sports world. It is meant to be comedic informative. The opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their boss, or ESPN. There may be some cuss words because that's how humans in the real world talk. If you are young, please seek permission before watching any further.
Hey.
Why?
Let's go!
This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for.
McAfee on the line with a gorgeous assist.
The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers.
You pig!
Damn it! Be a friend, tell a friend something nice could change their life. Hello, beautiful people. And welcome to our humble abode, the Thunderdome. On this It's Not Coming Home Thursday, July 16, 2026, this program begins now. Sports are happening, and last night was a celebration of sport, and we were very lucky to be there in New York City as awards were given out, and obviously an event that collected so many greats from so many different communities that we got a chance to experience. And I'll tell you what, we enjoyed the hell out of that evening. Now, were there some parts of the show that made us cry?
Yeah.
You bet.
Yeah, Mr. Abbott? Hell yeah, dude.
That was awesome.
Hell yeah, dude. I grew up in Pittsburgh, obviously was not a massive baseball fan, and obviously we have gotten into the baseball world, but watching a man tell his story about his little hand, basically, and becoming a baseball player who throws a no-hitter for the New York Yankees, and then reliving that entire story, and him just in the middle of his speech talking about, like, there was my third grade teacher taught me how to tie my shoes. Like, you don't even think about that, like, oh, I couldn't even figure out how to do that one hand, and his third grade teacher figuring out how to do it. He said, button this shirt, do this entire thing, and then his kid asking him the question that he was probably conflicted about his whole life, about the little hand, that actually drove him, but also changed him, but also made him probably get picked on a lot in a different way, while still inspiring so many others. When Shaquem Griffin came on, and then the U.S. The professional soccer player lady. Oh, I'm so sorry. That I was never going to be able to remember that name. I should not have even started that one there. That is 100% on me, but I want to let her know. Awesome to learn her story last night, and we will certainly remember your name the next time we chat about it. We just learned of it all last night, and we were on a plane this morning. But when I talk about, like, moments that make you feel something, I think now that I have kids, it's obviously through a vastly different lens, but I was sobbing my eyes out to this.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I was absolutely crying out there. And then the Pat Tillman Award, which I got to be a part of, which I am so honored to be a part of. Anytime I get asked to do that, I would obviously say yes, because Pat Tillman is, I mean, our football's best. So, I mean, that is the NFL represented in a way that I think everybody that's ever played in the NFL would want it to be represented. A man who was obviously a stud on the football field, but then 9/11 happens and he feels obligated. Well, I don't think he felt obligated. I think he was just doing what he thought he was supposed to do. Yeah. But looking back on it, just an absolutely relentless display of being a stud. And he passes away, obviously, friendly fire, I believe, and it's obviously a huge story, and every war is obviously very politically divisive. And I've always said, as a person who's been very lucky to have very close family friends who have been in military, like my brother's best friend went into the Army and got to do it, and then whenever I get to the Colts, I start working with Wish for Our Heroes, and I meet a lot of military folks. It's like, you don't have to be pro-war to be pro-warrior. You know, like the people that sign up to do these things, the Coast Guard, Scott Ruskin last night, like the people that sign up to be the ones who serve our community or serve for us, like you're allowed to be pro those folks, even though you're not pro like what's going on. Because there's a lot of them that are very confused about why or what, but they are doing what they will do for our country. So that is awesome to be a part of. Eli Heidenreich, the Navy running back, everything, you name it. Now Pittsburgh Steeler. Him being there, second lieutenant Marine, loved that, and it was just really cool. I was crying during that, so it was that's 2 times now in the last couple of days I've been crying with a microphone about a minute away from my mouth, and that has never happened in my life. So it was a beautiful night, I think. We had a blast, and it was great to see everybody. I thought Marcelo crushed it. I really enjoyed Marcelo. I thought his young energy, I thought he was fantastic. There was some bits in there that I thought were great. He was so cool to me backstage. We tried to get him on the show today.
Tried.
Very hard.
I was asked to write a description of our show to potentially get into his schedule in the future by his publicist. Yeah, I'm never going to do that. So we'll hopefully, maybe get him on the show in the future. I'm a big fan of his, especially after watching him operating backstage. There was no nerves. I mean, he was host, obviously, I think you're, I don't know if everybody does this, but as a host, it is like your shit. He was, everybody that was part of it, like walking up, dapping up, thanking, how you doing, he was working back there as well. Jeffrey Ross is back there.
Nice.
Team was back there. It was fantastic. And we had a blast, and then the after party, hilarious. Absolutely hilarious.
Great time.
So much money is spent on all that.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there is no
expense spared.
No, there it is everywhere. We had the Cat's Deli, what was the meat?
Pastrami.
Yeah, pastrami.
Pastrami sandwich was in there. That was great. Yeah, the Miz was drinking out there. We had
He's the best.
Schrager showed up, I heard, at the red carpet at 4:30.
Yep,
Yeah.
as he should.
He loves the industry.
He was working the entire thing. The Toxic Tables here at Boston Connor, at Ty Schmidt. Last night, the special night, because, you get reminded not only of all the good that's happening through sport, but like all the good that's happening in the world. Like last night was a big time celebration, but also you go from laughing to getting inspired to crying. I mean, we were crying in there, and I'll tell you, it felt good to kind of have those feelings. But I think us being parents now is why everything has changed drastically. Is that what it is? Why?
That's a massive part of it. I think the Jim Abbott thing for me though, like I had his poster in my room growing up, like above my bed. So like, and I had no idea that. I think we found out maybe like the day before because you had to go over for rehearsals. So like we knew he was going to get that, but you don't.
I ran into him.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
So I didn't automatically know. There's a lot of people there, like from yesteryear of sport, that are certainly legends. And if you see the name, you'd be like, yes. But then, like, I don't want to say aging happens, but life does happen. So you like shake somebody's hand. Obviously, it's good interaction. And then as the interaction's like ending, you piece together, oh shit, I'm talking to, and then you tighten up real quick and it's like, hey, how are you doing? That was with Mr. Abbott. He was at the hotel little lobby meeting area late night. I think he had got in late. We were just going back in, and I like walked through, person he was with, and then go over and, hey, this is Jim Abbott or whatever. I'm like, oh, cool. And the name, I knew the name Abbott was a name. Like I didn't immediately piece it to a picture there, and I did not see little hand.
Yeah.
Like I did not see where it was. So I was like talking to him, and as I'm chit chatting with him, he's like he's talking about his family, and he obviously watches the show. And then like tomorrow he's got Jimmy V speech or whatever, and I'm like, oh fuck, okay, like. Now I'm trying to piece it together. And then his one guy said something. I forgot the line. It was like, I was like, oh shit, your pitcher, glove. Yeah, that's you? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, sorry, we've been having a 5-minute conversation. I'm just now piecing that together. The way, I will say this, the way some of those stories are told, beautiful, man.
Yeah.
Like that is an incredible work of editing and like videography and everything like that. But boy, they are guaranteeing that you're going to be balling your ass out.
Without a doubt.
And thank you, Jim, for sharing your story, man, and obviously inspiring many others. Thank you to the SB folks for putting that on. Thank you for letting us invade your lounge. I don't know if they let us or were kind of forced to do it, but either way, we did. We had a great time there.
Yeah.
Thank you to everybody that stopped by. It was good to see everybody. Gaethje, I got him right.
Yeah, he's the man.
You definitely could have.
Right?
Yeah.
You did. I mean, he certainly did not flinch and was not worried about it at all.
He then kind of gave you a few pointers after that. But
I mean, then he did like this, hey, boom, bang, pow, to me like I was a kid.
Throwing fake leg kicks at you.
Yeah, and punched me in the face.
Yep.
Yeah, it was that fun. Did you have fun right there with what you just did? It's like running into those folks everywhere. Is just
Shador. Before we even went in, you saw Shador for a little bit. Like just you forget that event is actually a big deal, and it is kind of like a who's who in the sports world. And I mean, like you, sure, but like for us, like my brother sent me a picture last night, like. Fernando Mendoza was getting a lot of FaceTime on camera, and rightfully so, and my dumb ass is sitting there just
How'd you look?
Yeah, not great. We had a bit of a 3-day, 4-day run there. Just looking so bloated, and I'm just sitting right behind his parents, and it's just it's wild, but it's a cool event. It's really cool.
To the person that was our usher or whatever, whenever we got
Handler?
there.
Yep.
No, that would be Lauren. Lauren, hey, you did a great job.
Yeah,
yeah, good work.
We had a lady who was a Pilates instructor by day and night, was our guide, I believe. Everybody gets assigned a group. This particular headset and polo was assigned to a person.
Yep.
Then that person can't make it day of, gives polo and headset to friend. Yeah, I'll do that, no problem. I respect and appreciate how Lauren operated that entire thing.
Absolutely.
But we got dropped off at we walked through we were in the wrong building.
Yeah, across the street.
We missed the entire beginning of the show because we had to go through security for another building.
It was electric, too.
For another show they had a symphony going on. We walked through a symphony show happening across the street.
It's good.
We walked through the basement of that thing, and I'll tell you, Lauren got to the bottom of it.
Yeah.
She did.
And we did get into that show.
Yep.
But then once we get into the theater, you remember the usher that was showing us where we were sitting. It was like there was 9 of us in total. There's 8 here, and then there was like 4 seats, and then there was 1 seat. They were expecting me to go sit in the 1 seat.
Need Pat on the end here.
Yep. Hurry up.
Hey, you pointing at me. Okay, just pointing at me. You coming here. And I was like, I'm right here. We're all right here. And you, Pat McAfee, you're sitting in this seat. And I was like, with who? Because there's like 4 other seats there. He goes, you are here. And I'm like, nah, I don't think so, bud. And I just sit down or whatever. It was right behind Fernando.
Yeah.
They obviously had a reason for me to sit there.
Well,
They
yeah.
wanted me to probably give them a couple of these.
Yeah,
Sure.
for
couple
sure.
of these.
Keep him loose.
You know?
Said we had Charlie Becker and Elijah Surratt in front of us, and they got a lot of those.
We had a great time. We had a great time with the IU football team. I will say that. They had
Coogan.
That team was awesome.
Yeah.
That team was really awesome, and they had an incredible night as well. Everybody had a great night, it feels
Yeah.
like.
Yeah.
Fat Joe was laughing more than anybody.
Yes,
had
he
fun.
was.
Joey Crack, is that why he's called Crack? Because he
I don't
cracks?
know.
It could be.
Well, oh no.
He
Probably some other
He
reason.
loved the translation bit with Will Ferrell.
Yeah. You know, because Spanish speaking, a part of that. Ghostface Killer.
Yeah.
Great to see Ghostface.
Yep.
Honestly, I'll tell you what, Ghostface, it was an honor to meet you, sir. And your crew. Great to see everybody. Put on a phenomenal performance. Who's the MC in there every year? Same guy.
It is the same guy, and he
DJ,
does a
great
great job.
EB?
What's that?
DJ something? I forget.
That was-
That was at Taylor and
wedding.
Travis's
Oh,
wedding.
that's right.
Yeah, and
Okay.
it turns out that was DJ EV.
There it is.
Not EB.
Okay.
Honestly, with the echo
Electric
at that
voltage.
time, I don't know how I was supposed to know, but I know DJ EV, you need somebody just to kind of carry you for, I don't know, 3-4 hours. He's got you with the voltage. What we would say is we're doing a lot of really dumb things right now. Okay, we're at that wedding, we did a home run derby, then we're at this ESPYs thing. It's great to be back in Indiana, I will say.
Yeah,
Great to
very,
be back
very,
in the
very
Derby.
Fantastic.
We're way too old to be doing this. But on the horizon, we have an awesome football season.
That's right.
And we are at a point in time now where another major is happening.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're at a point in time now where we were just a few days away from teams checking into training camps. We're just a few days away from finding out where the hell LeBron James is going to go.
Whoa.
It's a magical time this summer. Let's go to one half of the hammer.
Dahn.
Cowboys, AP Tone. And it's not just American sports that are obviously taking over right now. The World Cup is happening live in real time in front of our eyes. And I'll tell you, we have some breaking news.
What?
It's not coming home.
Oh, no.
It is not. England loses again. Now, would England have beat Team USA by 7-8? Maybe.
Certainly.
But they were supposed to do that potentially to Argentina because outside of that little wizard, there is not a lot of known names on Argentina. And this England team, remember, Harry Kane and Jude Bellingham, both of them are up for the super duper golden ball.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
all scoring so many goals. Studs all around. And their goalie, sick white guy with a fade, always has a good one. Pickford always has a good fade. But also, this guy's a spider.
Yeah.
This guy's all, and his scouting before games,
Right.
On.
spot on.
Top tier.
Has a water bottle, okay, that he writes down literally every player's move that he's going to do if it gets penalties, which very well could have.
Oh, yeah.
It's soccer. It was 1-1 at one point. It was 1-0. Then it was 1-1. And then it was 2-1.
Yeah.
And those 2 goals came back to back from one team who had one man, and that man being that guy right there, Lou Messi. They get his water bottle, and then you see him, they go, oh, shit, he was right. I mean, if this gets the penalties, I think the Argentinian squad potentially in trouble because of how Pickford was seeing it, but also you see the way some of them react. There's one guy who sees it, and he actually goes up to God. He goes, thank God, man, I didn't have to do that because you miss a penalty in a World Cup in semifinal. I mean, that's a huge, that goes to penalties. You got 5 guys that are going to have to step up. Now, if it goes to extras, obviously. You missed that in your country forever. You're the guy that missed the penalty. Okay, that's a free throw. That's how people view it. Percentages and odds are not like that.
Remembered forever.
But that is literally how people view it. They're like, hey, this is a free throw, man. You just blast this thing into the net. What are we even talking about here? It's no problem. The percentages say, though, there's a lot of misses and there's a lot of saves happening, but that's not how it's viewed by the country. Messi missed one for Argentina back in the day. He thought about retiring from international play because of how loud it was getting in Argentina when he was considered the best player in the world. Since then, he's already won a World Cup with that team and now in the finals yet again against Spain.
Yes.
Okay, so whenever we look at potentially gambling on this World Cup final, and we know that Messi was bathing, is that what he was doing 19 years ago?
Ceremonial bath.
For a UNICEF ad, Leo, that is him. That's the 19-year-old that's playing for Spain named Lamine Yamal. Okay, that is actually him. This is not an A. 2026, you see this. I see this. On thing, I go, this is funny. They're saying, like, Messi's his daddy. You know, that's a cute thing that's happening. Then you start seeing actual humans of actual importance with real credibility go, this photo from 19 years ago is crazy. And I'm like, yeah, okay, these nerds are falling for AI.
Yeah.
It wasn't until maybe the 30th post from somebody with legitimacy to them saying it was real that I finally bought in and thought that it was real. That is absurd because they're saying Yamal's the next one, right?
Yeah.
He's the best player on the best team in the country, or in the world, right? In Spain. And then Messi's the best player in the actual whole world. The fact that this happened makes you wonder a lot of things about a lot of things. Let's not get into it too deep, okay? But on that note, these two right here are doing battle on Sunday. Tone, what are the numbers saying? And then the other half of the hammer, Dahn, Cowboys, Bubba Gumpino. You follow, Tone, with what we should think about with the style of play that's coming on Sunday.
Yeah, I mean, as far as the numbers, you can see them right there. Spain minus 160. But going into the semifinals, Spain and Argentina were both dogs, around the similar number that Argentina is right now. I believe France was minus 150 against Spain in that semifinal, and England was like minus 110 against Argentina. So both dogs won in the semifinals. So don't think just because Spain is the favorite here at minus 160, it's an automatic win for them. Obviously, Argentina has the momentum. Some say they have the stripes on their side as well, not just on their uniform. But I think it should be a good final.
Dump.
Yeah, it's going to be the dark arts here on Sunday in the World Cup final. You're going to see flopping. You're going to see stepping on people. You know, VAR probably won't look at some things maybe they would look at if it was going the other way. But it should be a good final. You got Lamine Yamal, you got Messi, two of the best players in the world. It should be a good game.
Yeah, we're fun. It's the two best teams in the world, clearly.
Yeah.
That's why they're in the World Cup final.
That's how they got there.
Right, Gump?
Yeah, they're two of the top four teams in the.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, there's teams playing for third place, too.
Yeah.
That's happening on Saturday. People forget that.
That's right.
England, France, Harry, Jude, Mbappe.
Yeah.
These two are competing for third place in the world. Gumpy, your thoughts? That's good. What did USA make?
We did not play
We made
that.
16.
25th. Yeah.
So getting third would be good.
Yeah.
I tell you what, I literally followed that England team around the country for the last 2 weeks. I fucking love this team. And you get this new gaffer, Thomas Tuchel, and you get rid of Southgate, and he's a foreign manager, and he's going to not sit in. You're not going to sit in. They go up a goal, and you try and sit in for 35 minutes against the best player in the world. You got 6 playing at the back. You're going to get God, unfortunately.
Yeah, a couple times, actually. And I'll tell you, we had that Trust the Stars boost to plus 500, which was a good bet, and it did look shaky for a long time in that game, and it was not fun to be a part of.
No.
But then all of a sudden, who do you appreciate? Oh, the guy that Jude Bellingham went over and said, what he said, it was pretty disrespectful. I don't know what he said. And I don't know what language it was in, probably English, but Lou did not like it.
No, he probably shouldn't have said it.
Big Lou saying,
Okay.
I think it was after Enzo Fernandez punched Elliot Anderson.
oh,
in the
okay,
back
that's
of the
biased
head, I
reporting.
think.
Joining us now, ladies
I
and
think
gentlemen.
that's what it was, actually.
Joining us now, ladies and gentlemen, is a man who has now entered into his second decade being the anchor of NBC Sports. A man who obviously has Monday Night Football in his past. Now he has Sunday Night Football. He's done the Olympics. He told me earlier in a conversation with us that his kids play soccer, so he knows the soccer world inside and out. Oh, yeah, and he's calling a major that's happening right now. I don't think there's a better guest that you could potentially have for this exact moment. Ladies and gentlemen, the incomparable future Hall of Famer in everything, Mike Tirico.
Hello. Thank you, boys. How we doing?
Good. You heard our soccer conversation there at the end. Gumpy's a diehard English fan. Obviously, he's been
I
paying
know.
taxes to the Queen his whole life up there in Canada.
Sorry.
And his grandma, I believe, is English. What are your thoughts on the World Cup and where we're at right now? I think, obviously, USA got a good boost, with bad ending. And Messi's in a final again, which I think would be good for ratings, obviously. Where do you kind of sit in the World Cup and how it's been?
World Cup, a win for America. Disappointment for the men's team, right? You just think this would have been the perfect opportunity to really build on this deal. People were involved, engaged. People who didn't watch soccer, didn't know the power of the World Cup, got in, and were all in. And people were watching it work. It was great. So disappointing, missed opportunity. And MLS capitalize on that, get a little boost here as they get their season back going, I think on Friday. That's part one. the stars were great. All these generational stars played and played really well. I know there were extra games, but the Golden Boot race had high numbers with all those guys scoring goals. That was great. You end up with two terrific teams in the final, memorable moments. Action was great top to bottom. All good, all positive. Messi showing everybody, even at his age, why he is the best of all time in the eyes of people who've seen the best for generations. So we're in England for the Open, and I got to tell you guys a story.
Oh, yes.
So
my God. I didn't even think about you being there. Okay.
So I was flying over last night, watched the end of the match on the plane. Plane was disappointed. Get here this morning, waiting for my room to be ready. I go to have breakfast. So there are three guys who sit down at the table, maybe 2 tables over from me. And I'm getting coffee, first sip of coffee, and I just hear these guys starting to trash Tuchel. And it was 25 minutes of the best entertainment of my year. It was like a call-in show was happening. These three guys who know each other, they play golf together, I would imagine. They are sitting there, and they just went through the whole match. How excited they were, and how, of course, they knew that he went to 5 in the back too early. And how could you do that? And how could you not see what Messi was doing? It's just like being home after a football game and listening to fans just crush their own team. And they were just so disappointed. I could have stayed the whole day and listened to these guys. So that conversation times 500,000 have happened over here in England. So I was hoping that we'd be here, and on Sunday we'd see the claret jug handed out. I'd interview that guy and then go watch the final here and see England win for the first time in 60 years. But instead, I had the most entertaining breakfast I've had in 5 months, and I didn't say a word.
I can imagine. How's your English accent? You probably have a pretty good one. Do you ever drop in there at all?
It's below average. Why bother if you're not good? Can I ask you a question?
No, I like that you got out of there because we were going to probably try to peer pressure. Yeah, that was a good move.
Okay.
That was a good move.
Yeah, no. We were just having this debate.
Okay.
So how long would it take Messi to become a good field goal kicker?
I think he'd get it pretty quick. I think Messi.
Like really, really quick, right?
Yeah, he's an incredible ball striker. Okay, so I think if you're a good ball striker, you can figure out the stroke. The motion.
Right.
Because it's not a soccer kick, Like soccer kick, you're trying to, there's a lot of bending and there's a lot of dipping and everything like that. Kicking, you're trying to go, you're doing everything you don't want to do in soccer. In soccer, you want to stay over the ball, right? You know soccer. Soccer, you want to stay over the ball. You want to kind of get your thing. You want to do that because if not, that thing's sailing, right? You want to kind of get in there.
Yep.
Football kicking, it's like we are backing out, leaning hard, trying to sail it basically every single time. So good ball strikers can figure the stroke out, I think. The mediocre or like above average ball strikers could do it. Like they could come out to college game day, make the 33-yarder. But like to go 30 for 30 from whatever every single day, like I think that's going to be difficult immediately. But he's like one of the best ball in history. He might be the best ball striker in history. So I think he would figure it out easily.
Well, that's where the conversation got started amongst a few of us who were just sitting in here in our green room because like for Messi, like the service on that one ball is just extraordinary.
Righty.
Right? Exactly. Right? So now you're talking talent, both feet, the service, the placement, making the ball move. And we're talking, is that the guy from a soccer who's grown up playing soccer who could make the adjustment like this? You have to hit the ball in this spot consistently, and the ball is moving with you as you kick it. So we were wondering about that. We're just kind of playing half-ham expert on kicking a ball. And I go, wait a minute. I'm going to be on with McAfee. Yeah. He's kicked 5,000 balls in his life, maybe 25,000 balls in his life. He can answer the question. So thank you. Higher? What do you think the number is? What's the number?
I spent hours and hours and hours of my life just kicking a soccer ball off the side of my wall because I had too much ADHD. I couldn't watch a movie. I didn't watch movies. I sucked at video games. So I literally just kicked the ball outside. I wanted to have the strongest leg of all time. When I saw David Beckham hit a ball like 90-something miles an hour, I forget what it was. That's when I found out that was real. And there was a kid that lived up the street. His name was Alex Trebendis. So Alex Trebendis was a year older than me. And whenever we were playing youth soccer, I would go watch his games. He would play, I was like U8, maybe he's U10. And he would be blasting the ball through goalies. And I was like, that's so cool. Then I saw Beckham blast. I was like, I didn't know that was possible. So literally, I would go outside and I would just try to put a soccer ball through the brick wall that my house was made of. Like, I'm saying like thousands of times. Now, I think that's why my knees ended up not making it. You know, like I did blow the knees out, you know, but I think, and this is not me talking out of pocket, I think I was a very good ball striker. I think I worked to become a good ball striker. One of the first times I kicked a football, I kicked like a 60-yard field goal. So if you want to say, would Messi be able to pick it up? Yeah. I think Messi, one of the greatest ball striker of all time, but not every soccer player is a great ball striker. So like that is like the
caveat.
There's like levels to this shit, you know? Like I think everybody, like you just play soccer, definitely good with your feet, definitely have good touch, can pass it. But there's only certain people taking free kicks that are fucking, you know, moving the ball and doing that. Those are great ball strikers.
Well, that's where we saw it on the free kicks, right? The U.S. goal on the free kick, right? The ball coming up and down. The great shots from behind the goal when goals were scored of guys who put it upper 90 and watching the bend on the ball and the ability to place the ball. Those are the ones that you're like, wow, that's special. And you understand, and they did a great, Stu Holden's done a terrific job on Fox. I've enjoyed watching him just talking about that ball has to be struck in the perfect spot, and that's how you make it move. And so that's what I was thinking. Those are the guys who might be the ones who could say, all right, come kick 53 for me.
Yeah, so the perfect spot. So sweet spot on soccer ball, bigger than sweet spot on football. But sweet spot on soccer ball to make it bend around wall in a spot, smaller than spot on football. So it's like all on control of foot, can you hit spot on ball, but also the motion. You know, it's all about the motion of the ocean tree. You know, you got to be able to get that leg. You know, it's your golf club down here, which is a good transition. That is your golf club down there. So you're going inside out on that, outside in on that. For football, you're trying to go up on it. So it's like, I think the great Ronaldo already does like a football set. You know?
He does.
Now, granted, can you do it in 3 steps? People running at you, 1.25 seconds from snap to hold. You barely see the ball. The ball's down for like half a second, then you're off and running. So it's like, because, I mean, you got to hit that thing so many different, you know what I mean? And our guy,
Malik
Tillman, he's hitting that thing. He's hitting that thing like this.
Yeah.
And instead of into the ground, he's getting that thing to go up. Like, that's insane. I would assume he could do it.
Yeah.
I would assume anyways. Your leg is your golf club. Your leg is your golf club. So that's just how you should view it. And let's get to golf. We got one going. Hey, we got one brewing over there, Mike.
We got a smooth transition here because ball strikers, consistent, solid ball strikers, are the ones who win this tournament, this championship. Now, not as much, and just fractionally down from a year when it's windy. Because when it's windy, Tom Watson won 5 Opens. And Tom Watson was a great on-the-nose ball striker, just penetrating ball flight. It didn't move in the wind. And Tom Watson had what it took to win Open after Open. Ball striking is huge. You've got to be in the right places. If you miss by a yard or two to the right or the left, you could find yourself in bunkers where it's over. You're going to make a 5 or a 6 guaranteed on a hole. So huge ball striking week. And I think that's why even in the first round, you look, a lot of the guys who hit it solid are the ones who are on the leaderboard. Not many of the big names have blown themselves out of this so far. So day one has put a bunch of people in good places. Bryson's a story. Bryson's missed 3 cuts in majors this year, and Bryson played well today after not playing well in the first round last year of the Open and gave himself no chance. Fascinating guy. Maybe the most fascinating guy to watch the rest of the week is DeChambeau.
He needs it, I think. You know, I would assume for his golf legacy, obviously, but just for him personally. You know, I think he needs something in a big game, in a big tournament with people watching because, you know, he's been very open about what he wants to do, how he's done it, and what has all happened. We know a lot about Bryson, and him becoming an internet golfer is a real thing. I've watched a lot of his content.
Yeah.
Sure.
I am one of the greatest golfers on earth is giving me full transparency on golf. Oh, yeah, and he's chipping it into a sports car. That's so cool. But if he doesn't continue to do well in these big tournaments, he does kind of lose the luster. It's like, okay, is Michael Block out here now? No, who hits the ball further? I'm joking. That's rude of me to say. But because Michael Block's about to win the senior thing.
Yeah.
Okay, he's about to go on a run in a championship. We know that. But it is real, though. Like, he has to maintain his legitimacy. And I think the way to maintaining legitimacy is he has to do well in one of these big tournaments. That's just how it is. Don't you think, Mike?
I do. And I think there's something that's annoying Bryson. I don't know what exactly it is, but he didn't speak to the media again after this first round, and he played well. And that's 5 rounds in a row at the majors that he has not talked to the media after. I don't know if it's he wants to avoid the live conversation. He doesn't want to talk about what's going on with his game. He wants to control the message. He wants to use his direct pipeline to his fans, which is his prerogative. Understand that. But to your point, on a larger scale, if you want to be the best at this, then you've got to play by some of the rules that everybody else does. That includes talking about it, but it also includes winning these big events against the best people. But you can be fun and lucrative and all that as an internet sensation, and he's much more than that.
Agreed.
He's won 2 U.S. Opens. But in the prime of your career, you want to beat the best players in the game. And he's got every tool to do that, and days like today prove that. Now, he is a different approach guy to golf course. He likes to overpower and take the driver and hit as far as I can. This is a golf course where you can get away with that sometimes, but other times it's going to get you. So the key to a links course, do you stay short of the trouble, or do you have enough to hit it over all the trouble and be able to scramble out of there? Because the scrambling here is different than the scrambling at a Parkland course or one with a lot of rough around the greens in the U.S.
How's your golf game? Pretty good?
Oh, my God, it's so bad right now. As a matter of fact, I had Brad Fax in our green room today just rip my putting stroke apart.
Really?
Because I'm in a bad place. And Fax was good. He got my posture better. He got my eyes in a better place.
Okay.
So when I get back to the States next week, it better work. But I was a mess. It was a rough week.
You got to have a head over the head, right? Don't you have to head over the putter? But let's not be slouchy now, because if we're slouchy, then the muscles aren't activated.
Correct.
And then it's going to be inconsistent. I hope you do tell Buddy, though, that if ball goes in the hole, who cares how we get there?
Yep.
You know what I mean? I hope you do say that. I hope you let him know that.
Yeah, but it's not going in the hole. So you need posture, you need balance, you need your eyes in the right place, you need a lot of things. Just pace on putting. I need to give putts a chance to go in, and I haven't for 5 days. So that's where I am. Yep. There you go. Nice putter.
This is what you
pay
need.
for it?
This is what you need.
Pay for it.
Yeah, $100. I did. I got this out of a rental set.
It was awesome.
I got this out of a rental set in Phoenix, Arizona. Yeah, we went golfing with AQ Shipley and Brandon Bean of the Buffalo Bills out there for, was that league meeting?
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
During league meetings, we went golf. I got a rental set, and I made 10 putts, and I'd never done that in my life. So I took the rental set back, told the front desk, hey, what do you like?
Figure it out.
They could have charged you $10,000 and you would have bought that putter.
Yes. So I put the putter on the desk. I go get changed because obviously I bought all my clothes there as well because I was not prepared. So rental clubs, let me buy your entire outfit you guys got here, whatever your coolest shit is, let's do that. So I go get changed. I come back and the guy goes, $100. And I go, whew, great idea. And then I walk out of there and I tell Foxy at that exact time, they could have. That was a terrible negotiation. They could have got whatever. But yeah, I haven't played golf since, but I think it's still hot.
That's what I want to know. Are you still making putts? And you haven't.
Well, right here, yeah. I mean, I'm.
Yeah, on the practice screen.
All right, let's go. We're in the Thunderdome, McAfee now, setting up for a putt.
You should see what we just got, Mike.
Once you can find a golf, what'd you just get?
That's it. There it is.
One of those
Oh, boy. Listen, here's Pat.
It reloads the ball for you.
That's a next level simulator. Pat's looking at an 8-foot putt here to make the cut for the weekend. Sometimes, like Lee Trevino said, pressure is not a putt to win the championship. Pressure is putting for $10 when you got 5 in your pocket. McAfee looking at this 8.5-footer. Looks like it breaks from the right to left. Playing it probably.
Yeah, keep in mind here.
Yeah, we're on about a 72-hour bender here, Mike.
Yeah, it wasn't just the SBs, Mike. We've been on the piss slide.
The home run derby.
Home run derby. Well,
it started Sunday night.
Okay, ShotLink says it's 10 feet according to the golfer, but you know, people on golf trips make these putts. And they go for 48.
Might actually. You want a beer? You want me to go grab you a beer?
All right. McAfee over the putt. I think it's still. Let's go. Hit
Clean
the
new
putt.
Halliburton.
This is probably a little far outside. It bends heavily right to left. Putter back and through towards the hole, and he missed it on the low. Oh, he made it. Oh, he made it.
Oh, yes,
he made the putt.
Yeah.
He made the
Still
putt.
hot.
Yeah.
From 10 feet.
Still bringing it.
Bender and all. No
Bender
sleep.
and all. What a call. What a call.
Pat McAfee made the cut, and he will be here for the weekend.
I'll tell you
what.
what.
A moment.
I feel really good about what you did.
Yeah.
I feel really. I was looking over that thing. That ball did not look like it was going in that hole as I was there. I had Tarico on a call there to play. Hey, we're doing a lot of dumb shit right now. That was very close. Okay, let's get back to real golfing. Can we, please?
Yes,
thank you for that. Big name, man, has something happened last week that we haven't seen in seemingly forever. Go ahead, Connor.
Yeah, Mike, you mentioned consistent ball strikers, and Scotty Scheffler's basically been that up until last week. And I think it was the first start that he missed the cut in 78 starts, so it's been a long, long time. And now he had a great start today as well. I think he was 3 or 4 under at one point, but then he drops back down to 1 under to end the round. This was basically what Pat just did, essentially the same putt that Scotty made on today. But what do you 2 under? Sorry, what are we expecting here from Scotty? Is this one of those things like, hey, we should maybe get a run at this thing? We haven't really seen him dominate or run away with a tournament yet. It feels like right now, obviously 2 under, he's within striking distance. But what are you expecting out of Scotty? And has he figured it out? Because we got a guy, Mark Schlabach, who comes on all the time. He's international Schlabach right now, and he basically said, like, Scotty can't figure it out. This guy can't do it off the tee. Like, what is the going wrong with Scheffler right now?
Oh man, 1,000 things there. First off, Scotty hit it really well early on and had to scratch a couple out. And then you see the bogey that he made towards the end of the round. He made a 6 in there somewhere, I think it was.
Yeah, on
par 17.
5.
Yeah, 17. He made a 6. That was a drive that he didn't hit all that great and set him back a little bit. This is a weird course, by the way, if you're watching for the weekend, compared to most golf courses. Only 2 par 5s, and they're late in the round, 14 and 17. So you don't see a par 5, which the pros think scoring hole, I can get a leg up on guys, until you get to 14 and 17. There are only 2 of them. So keep that in mind as you watch. A lot of 3s and 4s mixed in. Look, Scotty hadn't missed a cut in 4 years, missed his last weekend, but comes out and plays here. And you know the game is there. Maybe it's off a little bit. Where is it off this year from last year? I think we talked about this last month at Shinnecock. Proximity to the hole is just not what it once was. Yeah. He hit the ball closer to the hole than anybody the last 3 years. And I don't mean 3 years cumulative. I mean each of the last 3 years. And this year, he's hitting the ball really well, but he's not hitting it great. So he's being measured against his great seasons and is having a really good season. So it feels like it's not a great season. But if you win a major and you can win another 1 or 2 on the way home, maybe a playoff event, you're going to look back and say, great season. So Scotty has himself in position this weekend to take the Claret Jug back home because he had a good first round, which has been a problem for him this year. This is a golf course. You're not going to hit it super close, but you can make a ton of putts. Green speeds are like 10.5 on the stimp meter, not 11.5. So you can be aggressive with the putts. So if Scotty's feeling that and he's hitting it well, yeah, that was 10.2 that you had in front of the set there.
I can't believe you were able to eyeball that. Yeah. That's unbelievable. You're in Europe.
10.2.
Yeah.
I know from that far away. I think Scotty's fine. I wouldn't panic at all. I think he's having a good year. Matt Fitzpatrick's having a terrific year. Chris Goddard's having a terrific year. Other guys are in the mix. Rory's year is really good. So I wouldn't panic about Scotty, and I'd be surprised if he has one of those rounds where he backs up a lot. I don't think we're going to get one of those weird weather deals here, which means the morning times have a bigger advantage over the late times. It's warm. It's going to be breezy, not windy. So it's not going to be this afternoon late draw got blown off the course because there was too much wind. I think given all that, I think Scotty will be around on Sunday.
Okay, so with the way you're talking about the weather, maybe the Americans who live down in Florida have a little bit of an advantage because we've seen these Europeans come to America and handle a little heat. It's like, shut it down.
Mm-hmm. You don't like that.
Isn't it like they shut it down? Now, I'm not saying the European golfers don't live in Florida, too, for most of the year.
That's it, yeah. Most of them do.
Yeah, but there's one guy. We're learning about this guy, and I love him. Go ahead, Ty.
Yeah, Mike, I'm guessing because none of us really knew anything about this guy, just heard of him today, really. Dan Brown, who I don't know if he's still the leader right now, but college dropout, smokes a bunch of cigarettes, is basically like a YouTube golfer. How much research will you have to do on this guy? Because he's obviously going to be a massive talking point, assuming that he makes the cut.
And also, go have a convo with this guy.
Yeah.
We need to learn more about this guy, I think.
He is on my radar to watch tomorrow, and if he finishes, I don't have to be on the air tomorrow. So if he finishes and is in the mix, that's one of the things I've already made a note. I want to be up by 18 when he gets done to go visit with him and get to learn more about not just that picture, but the number of cigarettes he smokes. He's a multiple dart in-round guy. All that stuff. The Open gives us some ridiculous stories. Usually most majors do, but especially this one because it's probably 25% of the field that we don't see on a regular basis playing on PGA Tour or in PGA Tour events. So you get these stories. And we had a guy, it must be 15, 17 years ago, who led after the first round, missed the cut, shot 81 in the second round. So these stories pop up on the radar. We had guys who hung around for 2-3 days and became stories. Heck, here in 98, the second Open I did, Justin Rose was a 17-year-old kid who hung around all 3 days. He finished in the top 5. He holed a shot from the left of the 18th fairway and turned pro and then missed 27 consecutive cuts before he became Justin Rose, who won major championships and a Ryder Cup stalwart and still having a great career in his mid-40s, although he didn't play well today. So these guys pop on the radar. You never know. But if it's a 2-day story, we'll be ready for him on the weekend, and I'll get an update on what his average darts per round
That's good.
number is.
And ask him what it was. I guess in 2024, we are all learning this in real time. He also had a first day lead. Yeah. He ended up 10th. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I think Dan Brown, I think he likes being a legend around. Mm-hmm. Yeah. He's coming out there shirtless with the thing. Yep. There's big pops from the lads there. I think he's ladding the lads. I think when he's in front of the lads, he's, hey, let's go, lads.
Come on, let's ride.
Let's do this thing. I like that.
When at home, you're more comfortable, right? And a lot of the guys who do pop up on leaderboards have played more links golf, so they get really comfortable. There you go. See, 7 or 8 darts per round to help handle stress. But you got to be careful because it's hot here. The ground.
So that's 10.
Yeah, you can't be throwing butts on the ground. It's too dry.
Right.
Only you can prevent forest fires.
Yeah,
I mean that's real with Dan Brown's here. He's putting that out.
Yeah, on his forearm.
He's putting that out right
Forehead, forearm.
Because think about the lads once again.
Yeah. Putting him out on his tongue, maybe.
We love this man. What do you think he sounds like, Mike, if you had to give like a Brown, like what do you think his voice is like if you had to guess?
It's probably like the British accent you just highlighted for us, Pat.
There you go.
I thought I was
well
going
done.
to get you, because earlier you did the whole let's put a pin in that, we'll circle back thing, and I'm going to actually ask the questions. Hey, why would Leo actually be able to be a kicker? You remember what question it was, too? It was like, he has to give an answer to this. Mm-hmm. He is like the kicking guy. Yep. Yeah, that was a good play by you, Tirico. That was a good play.
But that was good in depth. Have you gone into that depth on hitting the ball and the guy when you were U10? Have you given us that story before?
I'm not 100% sure, man, because you got to remember we've done 10,000 shows. It feels like daily show stuff. Just they all kind of blend in there. Then we go to an ESPYs event and it's like we run into somebody. Hey, how's it going? Good to see you, man. All right, yeah. A little cold there. What was that? 2022. You remember? You guys said this guy ruined. Everybody said it's like, no, I don't remember that. It was like they do though. It's like, hey, that's on me, by the way. 2026 now. I'm a new man. I got 2 kids.
Yeah, exactly.
We do the entire song and dance. It's one of those. But it's a lot of talking, Mike. Too much talking, I would say. Let's go back to you talking, especially about what you talked about this past year, which was fun to watch you do. The NBA has a storyline that could be generational. Go ahead, Tone.
Yeah, Mike. Obviously, Giannis went down to Miami. Jaylen Brown goes to Philly. So there's kind of one big piece left, and it's the biggest piece maybe of all time. Where do you think, or where do you want LeBron James to play next season?
Can I go want?
Yeah.
I want him to go to Golden State.
Yeah,
I want to see Steph. I want to see Steph and the crew make one last run. That's just personal, what I would love to see. The Philadelphia thing is intriguing as heck. Cleveland feels right for the story to end where it started. Not saying that next year is definitely the end. It could be 2 years. Who knows? He's a freak of nature. The Miami thing feels like it's happened before. So Cleveland, to me, just feels as a story better. I'm only with those top four. I'd be surprised if the Denver or the Minnesota stuff happened. But, I mean, who knows? I didn't see Minnesota's offseason going the way it is. If you're LeBron, what are you looking at? You're looking at where can I be the best version of me right now? And he's terrific about understanding what a game needs, what he needs to be in a game. So we saw games where LeBron would open up as facilitator because he wanted to get other guys going. And then we saw games where LeBron had to take over from the start. I think he's got a great sense of self than anyone else. So I think he probably, as he takes a step back and doesn't rush into this, has a good feel for where he can fit best given the talent that's around that team. So I don't know if I know what he's thinking, but I hope it ends up being Cleveland because I just want to see the story end where it started. I want to see him go back to the statue, go back to Akron, where he's done so many great things, community, school, the bike race, the charity, all that stuff. That would be a really cool chapter because those chapters never end usually where they start. And I think it would be special for the league and special for all of us.
Would be fun to cover.
But the fan wants to see Golden State and Steph and LeBron because they vibed during the Olympics. When they were on Team USA together, they were vibed together. I would just love to see those guys do whatever you need to do
LeBron's
for
addicted
70
to
games.
golf right now, right?
He is.
And
you can use around out there.
And Steph is like the master of I'm going to go get my shots up and then I'm going to get my shots in.
Yeah.
Like, isn't that kind of his thing?
Teach him.
So Steph Curry teaches LeBron how to become there's a lot of upside to Golden State, I think.
Did you see Steph in the American Century?
Yeah.
The celebrity tournament this weekend?
Yeah, he
almost had it.
Marty Fish is stud. Pav's unbelievable. They have traded wins, I think, and then Steph or Romo 3 years ago.
Steph
3 years ago, and then Pav, and then Marty, and then Marty again. They're really good.
Look at you.
Yeah, we pay attention, man. We like that tournament. I got to get better at golf to get back out there. I got to get better at golf to get back out there.
You do. You do. The event.
All right, okay. Ladies and gentlemen, Hall of Famer and everything on the call over at the Royal Birkdale for the Open this weekend on NBC. Hall of Famer, ladies and gentlemen, entering his second decade at NBC. You feel old?
Yeah.
Whoa. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, do you?
I do. Very.
Yeah,
very.
me too, bro. Me too. Because,
Take some rest.
You're the best, ladies and gentlemen. Mike Tirico.
Yeah, Mike.
Fresh off of Tirico to a 15-year NBA vet, a man who would be able to not only play off of what Tirico just said, but give us his personal thoughts. A man who's obviously an incredible friend of the program, absolute stud. Ladies and gentlemen, Big Perk Kendrick Perkins.
Yeah, Perk.
Perk, sorry we made you wait there a little bit towards the end, but we were talking about, obviously, the story that's going to carry the summer or until LeBron decides it's not. Well, no, because once he gets wherever he gets to, that's going to be the story. I mean, this is going to be for the foreseeable future. He's talking to Halliburton today, I believe, in a podcast. Who knows if that's an answer or just more information. What are your thoughts, Perk? I don't know if I've heard exactly where and what you think is going to happen.
Well, I mean, number one, good to see y'all.
You
Number
too. We miss you, Perk.
I'm ready to have somewhat of a vacation and go wiggle my toes in the sand. So I hope that he make a decision here pretty soon so I could go on vacation and just for a little bit. I ain't asking for a month off, but just for a week, But right now I'm on standby because of LeBron James, who is still the most powerful man in basketball. But let me say this. When he speaks today on his podcast with Halliburton, the one thing that I want to hear him talk about is if this is going to be his final year. I think if he plans on playing at least 2 more years, then I believe that's going to affect his decision on where he's going to go. If it's 1 year, I believe it should be Cleveland. If it's 2 years, now all of a sudden it should have expanded a little bit and more options. I actually love Minnesota for LeBron James, to be honest with you. When you look at what they already have and the void that they're trying to fill since trading Julius Randle, you put him alongside Anthony Edwards, McDaniels, and LaMelo Ball along with Rudy, that puts them back into the conversation of being able to really compete with OKC and the San Antonio Spurs, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think OKC and San Antonio, obviously, we watched them at their absolute best at the end of the season, and it seems like they were just going to run the West forever. But that automatically discounts Ant, who we were thinking was going to be the face of the franchise, the face of the NBA, the face of basketball, which can still happen with how electrifying he is. You talk about LaMelo going there. You talk about them making some plays, obviously, moving on. It's... Minnesota, you think LeBron James is going to go to... No offense, Minnesota. This is not
it's cold.
An offensive statement to Minnesota. He's old.
Yes.
Okay? He is golfing. He's got a gray-ass beard.
Yep.
Are you heading to negative 20? Like, what? You wake up, it's negative 35. Right? And I know everything's connected, but, like, a beautiful time, beautiful...
Cold.
It is cold in Minnesota. Like, cold.
I get that, Pat, but it gets cold in Cleveland as well. Not as much as it does in Minnesota. But I will say this. Rich Paul, on his podcast a few weeks ago, he did say LeBron James would love to go somewhere where it's an indoor or outdoor thing for him to golf. See, the indoor part is what got me. Meaning that if he does pick somewhere where it's going to be cold.
Hold on, can I tell you what happened with Rich? We love Rich. Can I tell you what happened with Rich? We love Rich. Rich was talking about golf mattering in this entire thing. And him say, I didn't hear the quote. I would have to go back and hear it. But just listening to you describe what he said now listen, it would be nice if there was a place to golf. And then he immediately was like, fuck, we just lost leverage with every quote. Or indoor golf. Like as it came out of his mouth, I think Rich was like, whoa, there's also indoor golf now. We go putt-putt too now, we can fucking do that. I think that's potentially what happened, but maybe not. I mean, maybe the weather doesn't matter, and maybe golf is for the offseason like it has been this year, and maybe, yes, he'll be able to work on his swing. It just, for me, it feels like warm. For me, it just feels like he's going to go warm. Unless he wants to come to Indiana.
Sure.
And what is Golden State? I don't think I know enough about San Francisco's weather or the
nice.
Bay's area, Oakland's weather. And congrats to Steph, by the way. Over $100 million raised.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a lot of money. We found that out last night. Got a chance to meet Steph, Aisha, and Steph's security guard, who did not stick out at all at that golf tournament this past weekend. Did not stick out. Fucking flat bill, huge beard, Carhartt thing, 4 feet taller than every other human. I'm here to watch the golf, man. Just here to watch the golf. That guy was the best. But is that cold? Do they get cold? I mean,
No.
What is the weather over there?
I mean, it certainly is not going to get anywhere near as cold as any place in the Midwest. But
are they counting that as a warm weather place?
I would say yes. Yeah.
So and then Steph's there, Steve
Good
Kerr also, right? Steve Kerr is based, from my understanding of the way those Olympic practices go, LeBron's running that shit, right? Isn't he?
Yeah.
LeBron's doing the entire thing. So I think him and Steve kind of have a good relationship.
Great golf in the San Francisco Bay Area, like elite golf too. Like, so if that really is like one of like the deciding factors, you're going to be hard pressed to find any NBA city that has better golf than San Francisco.
And then somebody caught Steve Kerr saying this in his car.
Good. Hey, we need to get LeBron, man. But we need LeBron. Okay, that's good.
Okay, so obviously he's gassing up people in the car in the city. We can't take that as a thing. But it does feel like the growing sentiment is that Golden State does want him. That would be. What do we think about him up there? Because a lot of people saying, oh, that'd be cool in like 2016. This would be a really sweet team. Do you think those two together, with what Steve's able to do with the rest of the cast in Golden State, do they immediately also become right back into title contending? And obviously, every arena they go to, the ticket prices are going to be outrageous good for business.
You're damn right it does. And I know Steph wasn't available as much last year, but the times that he was on the floor, he still played at an all-NBA level. He still was he averaged 26 points. Like damn near 50 from the field, 40 from three. So he's still showing us that he's defeating Father Time alongside with LeBron James. And I get it. People will say, oh, well, they'll have the oldest roster in the league. Yeah, but to me, that don't even matter because Al Horford, when you look at him, they just re-signed him. He's in phenomenal shape. He could still go at a high level. Kristaps Porzingis, obviously we haven't seen him because of health issues, but when he's available, he could go. No one can sit up here and argue and say that Draymond Green, when he's on the floor, he's still not one of the best defensive players in the game. I think the biggest obstacle if LeBron James was to get to Golden State would just be getting through the regular season. But postseason time, if you could get to postseason time, which they will find ways to win games to get there, and all of those guys are healthy, it's gonna be hell and hot water for everybody. That experience kicks in. I can only imagine what it would be like to have two basketball minds like Draymond Green and LeBron James anchoring the defense, calling out plays, like doing that type of stuff. And then all of a sudden you go back to Steph and Bron in a two-man game, hell, pick your poison. The last time both of those guys were even happy outside of golf when it comes to basketball is when they played together in the Olympics.
And they were great together.
Yeah,
they look great.
Yeah, and where's Kevin Durant at? I mean, are they going to be able to get his ass back up there too? Because I mean, if we're just going to watch the Olympics again, I'd love that because their big game. Kevin Durant would go for 45. Oh, Steph Curry's going to go for 70 tonight or whatever the case is. And then Bron's like, that's fun, guys. We know the deal tonight. Let me drop another 55 on him. That would be a show. That would be awesome. I'm leaning that way. Steph Curry said this on Good Morning America yesterday as he was in town to receive an award for his foundation's work with what he has done in Oakland. The Bay, we know how to win, beautiful weather, great golf. We just know how to play basketball. And I think that he would enjoy just the idea of what it means to finish your career the right way. You know, I think what he's saying there is like, hey, Bron, come on. Good ball here, too. We play sophisticated hoops here now. So this is, you will be able to fit in. You're not going to be mad with what's going on. We'll amplify everything. I love the idea of him with Steph Curry. Now, do I want it to be a Golden State? No. So I would like them to trade them both to the Pacers.
That'd be cool.
Perk, continue to work your ass off because LeBron ain't making a decision for quite a time, I do believe. You're the absolute man. We appreciate you.
Appreciate y'all.
You're the best, ladies and gentlemen. Kendrick Perk here.
Yeah, Perk.
All right, season's over. Next one. All right, I'll give you guys a week wrap-up on the other side. Okay, that's very nice of you, Perk. Thank you for doing that. No problem. Any other things happen, good. Draft happens, we'll talk about it. Free agency, I'm ready. Okay. Who's free agent? LeBron James. Yeah, we're going to need you.
For a long time.
Every day. Stand by.
Yeah. You know Messi? Get ready to talk about him.
What he said to us, he's not watching anything other than hoops. That was, 3 months ago?
Yeah.
He's still just locked in on everything. Wife just like, hey, are you able? No, I got to sit in this room.
Summer League.
I got to sit in this room. LeBron might, who knows? He might go take a piss in San Francisco. All right, we're back on the other side. Goodbye.
It's electrifying here in Happy Valley. We're lucky to be here. And, the way you win this is you have be the first 300 people here and you get a ticket. And then we randomly select a ticket, and that person gets an opportunity to kick a 33-yard field goal for an undetermined amount of money. This week, we had our man, William, right? What's your name?
William, yes, sir.
You won the raffle, and you said, I don't want to kick because I suck at kicking. Is that accurate?
More or less.
What is your major here?
I'm a finance major.
Okay, so money decision was, I suck at this. Let me try to find somebody who's good at this. How did you land on my man here, and what are your hopes in him?
Well, I was looking around. I saw my man. He said he plays soccer, and I was like, this is my guy right here, my guy Carson. I have faith in him, so I know he's going to get it done.
All right, you're Carson, right? You played high school soccer. Is that accurate?
I did play high school soccer.
Where are you from?
I'm from Hanover, Pennsylvania.
Okay, you're a Pennsylvania guy. Have you ever kicked a ball before?
Other than not football, soccer.
Okay. Well, hopefully you're terrible at this. It's $100,000. Are you guys splitting that 50-50?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we'll make it $300,000. $150,000 for both of you. Okay? You only get one kick, though. You've gamed the ticket game, which I appreciate and respect. It's up to $300,000. $150 for both of you. Only one kick, though, Herbie. We're not doing anything. I don't care how many staters chant for another kick. Only one, Herbie. Played high school soccer. He's a good player.
We got a problem here.
That's right. It's a whiteout. It could be a special day. You could help out your guy, William, in winning $150,000. One kick, 300,000, two.
You're a good man.
This minute.
You're a good man.
Carson, congratulations.
You crushed that.
William, way to go. It has been an expensive year out here at the field goal kick. Carson, I'm proud of you, buddy. 300,000, 150 to you, 150 to you. Good finance decisions were made. And the first top 6 whiteout has a magical vibe and an expensive one. We are. Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you. I think that might. Maybe they should have turned that around and said thank you to Pat.
The following program is a collection of stooges talking about happenings in the sports world. It is meant to be comedic informative. The opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their boss, or ESPN. There may be some cuss words because that's how humans in the real world talk. If you are young, please seek permission before watching any further.
Hey,
Why?
let's go.
This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for.
McAfee on the line with a gorgeous assist.
The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers.
You pig.
Damn it! Be a friend, tell a friend something nice could change their life. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to our humble abode, the Thunderdome, on the It's Not Coming Home Thursday, July 16, 2026. Hour 2 of the sports program begins now.
Sports
are the absolute greatest. I have an announcement to make, and we do not have a deal with anybody, but we do have deals with our friends.
Okay.
That they have to send us boxes of shit whenever they get stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
Even if there's no chance of us wearing them. Like what we've been doing with Tyrese Halliburton with the original 6 pairs of his shoes that he released.
Yeah. Yep.
Not all of us.
Connor will put anything on his body, so Connor was wearing these shoes that were certainly not meant for adults.
Not anything.
Oh.
Close. Close.
What won't you put on?
Yeah. Oh, what? Outside of...
I'm not talking about that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying like...
Anything fancy.
You won't put a Buffalo Bills jersey on.
I won't do that.
By the way, those bison...
Yeah.
Lit up at night on the glass, it looks real cool.
It does.
Now, there was a little bit of an aerial thing that I didn't necessarily love there because I thought they looked small whenever they first laid it out.
I agree.
But on that note, I think this is going to look incredible.
They're proper.
Yeah, I think it's a proper bison.
Saturday Night Football intro with
Oh,
those.
my God.
Come on.
Mike Tirico.
Yeah, Tirico.
Yeah,
On the
we did
call.
say, yeah.
With the Buffaloes roaming outside and the Buffalonians filling the new home. Yeah, there's going to be
Bison are hot in the streets.
Yeah, I like what they're doing. I forget where I was going before we.
You got a new pair of.
Oh yeah, I'm wearing these. So Halliburton made shoes that we can wear as adults.
Oh, neat.
Yeah, they're the all whites. Nobody makes all whites anymore either. It seems like Air Force Ones are really the only options that you have. And I do appreciate all the different white Air Force One options that there are, although I have 700 pairs of the standard Air Force One all whites. Very rarely do shoe companies nowadays just give you shoes that just fresh whites. Like they don't really do it anymore. We got to always do the shit. We always got to be super goofy. And I respect it.
Yeah,
You got
that's
people
for
are
the
buying
kids.
them. I guess people are buying them. You're doing whatever it is. So, boom. Halliburton's got the all white. Boom.
They're nice.
Halliburton's got the all whites. Very comfortable and very white, which I appreciate. Because then there's that off-white shit where everybody's
Right.
True.
And then there was their shoes where they were beat up white.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was almost like an attack on fresh whites.
Yeah.
Like I did not like, as somebody, fresh white Air Force Ones. I think you could ask people from 4 different eras of my life if you were to see me what shoes probably have on. Boom, he's probably gonna have those on. Then for some reason, every shoemaker just decided,
We're done with this.
we're not doing it anymore.
Were you a Shocks guy in high school too?
The back ones?
Yeah.
Yeah, I blew them out one time. I'm not
Shocks,
doing
those
it
were,
again.
everybody had them.
Yeah, blew back right corner out. And I said, I'm not doing this, guy. I can't be breaking my eye. I get kicked out here.
Yeah.
So I didn't do that. I was breaking some limbs yesterday, if you do recall.
Oh, yeah, I do.
Hey,
I certainly do.
We were a part of something. We've been a part of too many cool things. The Toxic Tables here at Bus Connor and at Ty Schmidt. One half of the Hammer, Dahn, Cowboys, AP Tone, and the man that said, I don't want to do that super cool thing, and I don't want to go to Yespies. Ladies and gentlemen, AJ Hawk.
Hey, Hawk.
Good to see you, buddy. Want to let you know the afternoon thing that was 57-minute drive to, and then 50-minute drive back in between show and award show. That, on paper looked like the biggest nightmare that we had ever potentially signed up for in history. Turns out, get there, awesome. Yeah. Very, very cool to be a part of. And then we also watched Gumpy go from coming home to... He was skipping around his place, holding his phone. There was a TV in one room. There was a TV in another room. He just had his phone going through there. They're up 1-0, boys or whatever. He did seem to be a bit worried about how much Argentina was seemingly...
He didn't love the boys.
The Tuchel tactics.
He was pretty nervous. He was pretty nervy over there. I'm putting on. I can't give away.
Yeah, don't give it away. Don't give it away.
I'm putting on.
You're in hair and makeup. Let's just say that.
Yes, we were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you just hear taps, little tiny feet. It sounds like tapping back and forth, and it was Gumpy's little feet on the other side of the curtain, just watching this game and just wondering if the English were going to be able to hang on. And then his favorite player on earth just broke his heart, just absolutely broke his heart. And now we got Messi in Spain taking place on Sunday. And then last night's ESPY's incredible. So, AJ, you missed a lot yesterday, okay? I want to let you know that. But it was great seeing you. And I would say the World Cup final is going to live up to the hype. The third place game.
Oh, look out.
That's a good one.
It is.
Third place game coming right up. Get on podium.
Yeah.
Huge
rivals. It's always been a thing. They've always done this third place game.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering because I don't know how the boys are going to play because, obviously you want to win, but it's like what a letdown from what just happened. So, yeah, you're going to go out there and play for pride, but I didn't know this was a thing.
The reason why I popped there whenever you said that is because I literally had to ask whenever because we were ranking teams over there. And I said, England's in third place. You can just say that, right? Because you and France can both say that. And they're like actually playing on Saturday. I'm like, oh, you guys are playing for third place? I did not know that was happening. That has to be a tough go.
Brutal.
Yeah.
Especially with all the terrible things that have been said about all these guys by their countries, right? And then the coach, how about the gaffer for England?
Yeah, they may be gafferless come Saturday.
I mean, and they're playing in this game. It's like, I watched that video. It said, Dear Harry.
Yeah.
All of us.
You remember.
I forgot about that video. I watched the game. I was in the airport with a billion people surrounding all the TVs everywhere in the airport going crazy. People were very, very excited for England early on. And then it was just heartbreak for everybody at the same time. And then some people very excited, obviously.
Yeah, obviously there were some Argentinian fans amongst us as well, even though Gumpy and other English people were seemingly louder. But this is like international heartbreak. And then the things that are said immediately upon losing. Messi was going to stop playing for Argentina, like 10 years ago?
Long time.
Like 10 years ago, he's going to stop because he couldn't win. He missed the penalty, I think. And his own country was like, get this guy the hell out of here. He's the best in the world in Spain. Okay, this guy, he's represented Argentina in Spain as the greatest in the world. When he was 17 years old, Ronaldinho told Kobe that this guy, and Ronaldinho was considered like best player in the world at the time. Ronaldinho tells Kobe Bryant, hey, this one right here this is going to be the one. And then back in Argentina, because he couldn't win for Argentina in the World Cup, they're saying, this guy sucks. We don't play. You're not Maradona, pal. You need to get out of here. So much so, he thinks about stopping playing could you imagine this World Cup happening? Messi's doing what he's doing for Inter Miami, and he's not on Argentina. He's just kind of juggling with his big-ass dog in his backyard throughout this entire thing. That's what the reaction is from these countries whenever you lose and you don't perform well. So to have to play on Saturday. So, Gumpy, are they all going to play? What happens here? Like, Harry Kane's going to be on the pitch on Saturday with Jude Bellingham, and all the starting 11 is going, or is this going to be like Australia, or what was the game where we played?
Turkey.
Turkey. Is this like back half of roster? Like, let's get some international caps here for the boys. Like, how should we view this whenever we're thinking about it? Because obviously we all knew this game was happening. We are now just wondering what is going to happen in said game.
I'm sure they're going to rotate guys a little bit, but Mbappe and Harry Kane are still up for the Golden Boot. Like, I imagine Mbappe still wants to win the Golden Boot.
Yeah, for sure.
So I think a lot of the players are going to play. I just think you're going to see some guys rotate in and out with some guys banged up and such.
And AJ, I guess in our world, college world, like there was a time where our West Virginia team, saying mine is crazy. I was way down at the bottom of the roster there. So the team that I was lucky to be on at West Virginia, obviously we lose to Pitt, don't go to national championship. Devastating. Worst experience I've ever been a part of because what happened in the first quarter to me and everything and what happened to the boys and obviously the weight of it all and how terrible it was. But then we go to the Fiesta Bowl and we win that game. There was a little bit more positive, going into the offseason, So if you win this game, I assume there is at least like a...
Your offseason's 6 months long, not 3 years and, 11 months.
That's a good point.
Yeah, but think about 2 years from now and they're bashing at the previous English team, which they're definitely going to do.
Oh, yeah.
But then somebody will say, hey, lad, this is David Price for whatever.
The hell of a run, lad.
Yeah,
Euros in 2 years.
Well, we're going to win that.
Wait, the Golden Boot, Messi's getting the Golden Boot, though, right?
Not if he doesn't score the most goals.
Is that the only way you win that? It's like
That's
a
the
sack
only way?
record?
The Golden Ball is the MVP. The Golden Boot is for the highest score.
Well, we win the
Gotcha.
Well, ideally, you'd want ball and boot.
Yeah, because a boot without a ball is like
It's really no boot at all.
It was right there. It was right there. That's all me. Golly. Joining us now is a man who will be able to tell us a little bit more about all of this. Took a lot of heat. This guy's 100 soccer years old.
Yeah.
Okay. In soccer years, this guy is 105 years old. He was our captain.
Yep.
We got a chance to meet him last night. His story in the soccer world, I think, is a perfect depiction of what a lot of people are saying is kind of wrong with the U.S. soccer system and how we need to fix it going forward. He's not saying that. I'm just saying he grew up St. Louis. There's a national pipeline to get to the national team. Never made it. Was never in there. Goes to college, plays, gets drafted to the MLS. When he's in the MLS, then he's noticed by the national, kind of forced to be noticed by national team, comes to the national team. Been on the national team for 16 years.
So long.
Impressive.
Yeah.
Think about how much of this.
Miles.
Out there competing with like 20-year-olds.
All time.
19-year-olds, 17-year-olds. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us now, U.S. men's national team captain. He looked spectacular last night. Ladies and gentlemen, Tim Ream.
Yeah, Reamer!
How you doing, Remo?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Good. Connor wanted to ask, and I'm going to take it. You do have a very tight bun. Every time we've seen you, you are very... Do you hairspray that thing? Because hair in the eyes...
Can't do it.
are absolutely bad news. So growing hair out, dangerous game. How do we keep it out of eyes? You think you're one of the best bunners on earth, or do we use product here to keep that thing out?
No product. Never.
Really? What do you do? Twisty loop 3? Do you do a triple? What do you do?
Yep.
Yeah.
You got it.
Yeah.
Long enough from the front all the way back that I can keep it all together.
You ever think about going samurai? Right there on top. Right there on top. No, yeah, right here.
Like TC did.
Yeah, I'm not sure I could pull that one off.
I mean, you don't know though. I mean, maybe.
No, yeah, you're right. I don't know. I've not tried it, but I'm going to probably stay away from that one.
No, because think about what that would do for you. Because now all parts of your head are available. Because you can even you could jump up there, turn that sumbitch, bang.
Yeah.
Put Sal Masakela on the call, 180 McReamski, bang, if you have that up on there on the top. And then if Jude Bellingham, Lionel Messi situation happens, you can even accidentally, now you got a little bit of a stabber as well. Just
head down.
Spring too.
All right, let's
little bullfighter.
Exactly. Speaking of bullfighter, Pochettino seems like a guy that would get in there. And I think he would dress in red as well as holding the red thing. This guy brought a new energy and attitude to the men's national team, I think, whenever we all saw it happen. You get named captain of this man's team. This man is very accomplished, obviously very respected everywhere. You get the C on your arm. You're obviously 100 years old in the soccer world. You play there. Going into the World Cup, your thoughts about the pressure of the position in which you're in, which was in the United States of America, and now with where we are now, a couple weeks removed from exiting the tournament, how do you feel about it all? Like, how do you think this World Cup went versus what you maybe thought it was going to be like?
Yeah, I mean that's a tough one. Obviously, we're very disappointed with how we played that last game. Disappointed that we ended the tournament earlier than we wanted to. But one of the secondary kind of conversations that we were having as a group and as a team was, how can we inspire and get more people to love this game? How can we get them to fall in love with the game, be passionate about the game, get behind the team, get behind the sport even more? And what is it going to take from us as players to do that? And that was right. We need to put on performances and win games. And we felt that throughout the tournament. We felt it grow and grow and grow and grow. And from that standpoint, I think we're proud that of the performances and of the games that we did win. Everybody's going to be disappointed other than one team at the end of this tournament, right? There's 47 teams that go home that don't get to win the tournament. So, disappointed with that. But to be able to bring, the fans and bring more fans on board and feel their excitement was something that was, a secondary goal of ours.
I love that growing the game is certainly on the mind of everybody. And I think Ponch even like it. Your style in which you guys played, I think, was even like, hey, let's not be a boring, we got the guys, let's play. Let's do this thing. And I think it looked like that. I was there for that Paraguay game. That thing, I'd never seen U.S. men's soccer team look like that. You're on the men's national team for 16 years. You'd be able to tell me a little bit differently, but that felt like a completely different soccer, like actually. And then let's go. I don't want to go to the last game because it's a bad feeling, but let's do that. You guys go to the locker room afterwards and just look around. And I mean, Pulisic has his most unlucky evening I think I've ever seen a star soccer player play, because even if you have a bad touch, maybe it'll bounce right and you'll be able to get the bounce. Everything he did just went directly to the other team. I mean, he got zero favors from the ball or from the soccer gods in that night. I don't think anybody would say they had their best game. In that locker room, what is the reaction? Is it quiet? Is it somber? Because I think I saw Pochettino circle you guys up on the field, but what was the locker room like immediately afterwards? And who kind of speaks in there? Is it you? Is it anybody else? Or do you guys just kind of go your different ways?
I mean, it's quiet to begin with. I think there's, you tend to have, conversations throughout the night, when you go back to the hotel. But I think it was more, surprised. I mean, you mentioned Christian there, but I don't, as you said, I don't think anybody had their, had their best game by any stretch. And it just seemed like everything that could go wrong was going to go wrong that night. Which is a shame because we had put so much work into to get to that point. But yeah, in the changing room after is quiet. It's looking around, it's disbelief, it's trying to put together and understand what had just gone on, because it was polar opposite of the way we had played, as you said, up to that point. And you mentioned the Paraguay game. That was the energy, the excitement, the pace that we played with, the aggression with and without the ball, was just the polar opposite of how it all ended. And I think that was more the feeling in the room was shock and trying to understand where and why we had the game that we did.
Last question for me, Reamer, and I appreciate all your answers here. The boys have a bunch of questions for you. I played soccer growing up, was not as good, obviously, as you, but I think I was okay enough to kind of understand it. Can you tell me why a team can look like that at Paraguay and why a team can look like that at Belgium? Is it a vibe thing? Is it an energy thing? Is it a matchup thing? Like for football, some days, like I was a punter, I think AJ would probably say this too, you show up and for some reason it's just not working. And it's like, what? I don't know what the hell to do. We were talking to some baseball players at Home Run Derby and All-Star break, and some batters are like, some days I just can't.
I'm striking out 4 times.
Yeah, and I almost know that that's happening, and nobody understands what it is or why it is. Is soccer the same there? And did you have a sense going in, like how we're like? Did you know what I mean? Does that make sense?
I hear what you're saying. Yeah, no, I totally get the question. I think when I don't know that there's an easy answer to that. you can look at all the different external, internal factors, and you could never come up with an exact answer. And that's not me sitting on the fence. I think, as you know, in team sports, there are just moments where you're just like, it's not going to be our night, right? It's not going to go the way we have been going, the way we want it to go. And sometimes it's because the other team is better. And sometimes it's just the things just aren't clicking. They don't feel as connected as they did previously. But I don't think anybody sensed that was what was going to be the outcome or the performance, to be completely honest, because we talk about in our sport performance, right? More times than not, if you perform well, you're gonna get the result that you want and are striving for. But that was a really, really strange one, because I don't think any of us expected or sensed that being the outcome.
We have that in our sport too. I think every sport has it. I think AJ's brought it up more than anybody about, like, there's some days where you warm up. Your warm-up is like the best, and then the game starts, and like, okay.
Terrible.
Yeah, sports are such an interesting thing, especially with humans, because they're not video game players. Like, you're not in 88 every single day. Like, some days you wake, you're 57. It's like, okay, hope we don't get fired today. That is, hope we're still in the video game. But it's an interesting, and I think we're all kind of learning about soccer in real time. AJ was glued into it all. He became massive fan of not only the team, but I think of the sport. He was texting into the group before us for some of these games that, well, like
he's a big Haaland guy now.
Cape Verde,
Yeah.
somebody, and AJ's in there. So AJ has a question for you, Reams, because you talk about like influencing and growing the game. This block-headed man right over here is like your exact person from Ohio, football, soccer. Yeah, right. Then this World Cup, he got into it. AJ, is that inaccurate?
True. It's very true. Yeah, I only played 1 year of soccer. First grade, I was on the Green Hornets. I think we went undefeated. My coach was very good. I give him the credit. But, Tim, when you're previewing this final, Spain versus Argentina, can you let us know what should casual fans like myself or people that don't know much about soccer, what should we be looking for? And I guess, how do you think this game kind of plays out?
Wow. Making me put my analyst cap on here.
Yes. Well, who the fuck would know it better than you? Because,
honestly, you know what? I think if you look at, and maybe most people haven't seen this, but like, for whatever reason, Argentina has not started games, well. They haven't been blowing teams away, right? But they have this innate ability to, when they go down a goal or even 2 goals, to just the grit, the determination, the fight they have to turn the score around. I think I saw something yesterday that from the time England scored, Argentina had the ball for 88% of the time. From that point forward, England scoring to Argentina's game-winning goal.
Here's the stat right here, brother. 56th to 92nd minute, average possession length for Argentina, 62.4 seconds, 14.5 passes. England, 8.7 seconds, 2.1 passes. This is the perfect depiction of the prevent defense.
That is in soccer, that is absurd. That is beyond anything that is normal. And so they're able to wear you down. If I'm a neutral, this game is incredible. It's 2 juggernauts in the sport. Now, what does Spain need to do to win? Honestly, I think they need to be up 3 or 4 goals before the 50th minute. Because if they're not, Argentina has been able to, like I said, battle back every single game and turn scores around.
How come you're not in any bathtubs with Ronaldinho or Pele, I guess, here 38, 37.
Yeah, Pele
How come you're not in any little bathtubs as a baby with Pele? Do you think that's why Team USA is never going to be good?
This is quite the interesting photo shoot, isn't it? I don't know. I don't know that we do things this way.
Well, I want to let you know, Reamer, guess what you're doing next week? Yeah. Baby Midas, my boy, 2 months old, your ass going to be baptizing him in some soccer water. Now,
listen, we should go. We should get Balogun out here with a little baby and give this.
Yeah, my baby. Yeah, we have the baby.
Bunch of babies.
Yeah, we have my baby. Yeah,
perfect.
Actually, maybe we do have to do a bunch of babies.
Yeah, bring them all in.
This used to be a church. Balogun can certainly do the thing here.
We can line it up.
We can do the whole thing. Because it feels like everybody's like, why is he bathing a baby that isn't his? It's like, that's a really good question. And I don't know the answer to that. I will say Baby has diaper on, though. There's other shoots where Baby is fully dressed. It's not naked. You mean your mom. Okay, he does have a diaper.
You sure?
Yes, there's other photos. I did look at it. I was very freaked out when I found out that photo was real. For so many different reasons, I was like, I started thinking grander. I'm like, universe and time and like, what are we even doing? And then you dig in and you're like, the fuck's Messi doing with that baby?
What are the odds?
Why is Messi with a baby that isn't his in there? And then it was a UNICEF thing. I think it was for like a good thing, obviously. But it was just there were so many questions in mind that
why does he have to be bathing the baby? Couldn't he be like hanging out, feeding him a bottle?
I don't think he came up with the creative for the ad.
We don't know though.
But I don't know.
I don't know. He might be. That's part of his passion.
I think it's crazy. I think it's crazy how the world works. Like he's basically anointing this baby, and this baby is Yamin Lamol.
Yeah. So I don't know what age he was there, but Mr. Yamal, you're gonna have a call from a few Americans with babies, and we're gonna have to go ahead and pass the torch of the bathing baby thing to America. We need to make sure we get ahead of this.
Yeah.
Than all these other countries.
Yeah.
We don't need, like in the NFL, when somebody really fast, really good at football comes available and we all go, oh, the Chiefs are going to get them. Somebody from another one of these power countries is going to be having Yamal bathing these babies, and they're going to get the next one. We need to be doing that. Agreed?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Reem, tell him. We need him bathing babies in America. We don't need him going other places. Now, maybe we can still do the same baptizer because he is an American. And maybe next World Cup, his name's Lou. Instead of Lionel, go ahead, Ty.
Yeah, Reamer, could you please put it in perspective? Because we've asked a bunch of people, but I feel like someone like you play against him in the MLS now. How is Messi able to still do all the stuff that he does? It's still very evident he is the best player in the world, and it doesn't look like he's lost a step. He just continues to get older, and it's so easy out there for him. How difficult is it playing against him, and also his impact in the MLS? Like, do you think him being over here and then obviously having the type of World Cup that we all kind of expected, like, are more marquee players, you think, going to start coming to the MLS from overseas because they see what he's done in the league and kind of what's possible?
Yeah, I think first and foremost, I don't know how much people are aware, but the calendar for MLS is changing, right? And so the big kind of thing now is that the league is going to be on the FIFA calendar, the European calendar, and the transfers are going to be a little bit more. They're going to be more lined up and matched. So I think it's going to give teams a lot better opportunity to bring in, players who are at the top of their game, and I think that's important for not only the growth of soccer, but the growth of the league and where it's heading to. In terms of Messi, he's so good at understanding where to be, when to be, and his mastery of the ball, right? We call it, his technical ability. But, if you look at one of his goals in the World Cup where he brings the ball down with his left foot, and it was like he caught it, right? It was just like there, and it didn't move. Like the ball didn't move. It didn't bounce anywhere. It was just like, yes. Yeah. Exactly that.
Over
exactly
this one.
That.
It was this one over the
yes,
shoulder. Yeah.
Outside of the left, it was like he on the bounce, and it didn't go anywhere. It was like incredible. But then I look at that's the skill aspect. But then I look at how he is able to shrug off other players. You look at yesterday, again, underrated. Not something many people would have seen. He put Harry Kane on his hip and rolled him and was on the ground, right? And that was after he had already beaten the left back to the ball, and I believe it was Anderson. He touched
Gordon, then he megs Gordon, and then he goes to chip one up over the guy, and then he gets high load, by the way, which he could roll around and cry, doesn't.
Correct.
Gets up like he's kind of a dog too. Mm-hmm. He's like tiny. He's a dog. It's unbelievable.
Yes. And it's that kind of thing where you think he's got 3 guys around him. He shouldn't be getting out of this. It doesn't, even if he is Messi, and he does. He gets out of it. And so, when you try to kick him, it's not going to do you any good, because he's like, all right, well,
foul him.
Yeah, you try to foul him, it ignites something more in him where he's like, okay, well, now I have somebody else that I'm going to try to make look really, really stupid. But it's just his awareness, like his understanding of what areas to be in, when to be in. When the ball's on one side, he's on your back shoulder. When you're looking this way, he's looking, and as soon as you look another way, he's gone the opposite way. So he's so good at reading body language and space and time and the ball position, and he does this all constantly through the 90 plus minutes, and it makes it, it's when you're not playing against him, it's incredibly entertaining to watch, because you don't know what he's going to do next. But when you are playing against him, it is, you come off the field, you're not physically tired, you are mentally just absolutely wiped from having to look every different direction at every second of the game.
Hey, that's literally you having to deal with that. That is actually you having to deal with that in the back.
I know.
Yeah, that's hey, same age, same age. So
same age.
There's no reason you shouldn't be able to just do everything he's doing as well. But I watched Pep, I think, break him down a little bit in like a documentary they were doing, and he walks. So I think for all of us, AJ included, that are kind of new to soccer, so the best guy on earth just kind of walks around. Why is this guy just walking around? Then you watch for like 20 minutes and it's like, oh, this guy's going to right where he's supposed to be. And then as soon as he gets the ball, it's like, we're doing something here immediately. JJ Watt mic'd up, trying to find fish on offensive line, mic'd up through the first quarter. He is trying to find outside, goes inside, goes to the next inside, then goes outside. Goes to the sideline, and they say 57 is the fish. And that J.J. Watt now is on top of that guy for the next 3 quarters. Pep said that Messi's kind of doing the same thing. And I don't know if there was like a language barrier and I didn't understand it right, but it kind of felt like Messi is walking around like checking people to see how they feel. And then, this guy, he looks a little lost in the eyes today. Oh, this could be a long night for you. Is that happening as well? And have you ever been on the receiving end of that? Darius Butler tells the story of Peyton Manning looking over and seeing him and just understanding that all of a sudden the red dot is on me right now. Does that happen? Is that real? And what does Pep mean whenever he's walking around trying to find the right place to be? Is that just strictly soccer-wise, or is that matchup-wise?
I think it's a little bit of both. I think it's less matchup-wise and more soccer-wise. I think he, as I said, he understands. He sees plays so far in advance that he knows, okay, if the ball's going to that side, everybody's going to be looking at that side. So where can I go to not be noticed? But he does, and we say like he smells. He smells blood in the water when he thinks he's got the better of somebody. He's like, okay, this is where I need to be. This is where I'm going to be. This is where I'm going to hang out. Yep, exactly that. And it's incredible. But and here's the thing: we all do this in games to a certain extent, to a certain level. We all find, if I'm sitting in the back, I'm reading plays, right? I'm understanding time. I'm understanding space. I'm understanding where the attackers are coming at me, or if I have the ball, where the defenders are and how I can get the better of them. He just does it on a completely different, otherworldly level that it makes the rest of the players look bang average. But that's why he is who he is. That's why he's played where he's played. That's why he's won what he's won. And it's why he's still able to do it at 39 years old.
Older than you?
Older than me.
So that gives us hope. Reamer's back 4 years from now.
Yeah, that's right.
Now, last question from us, because it has to be asked. 4 years from now, obviously, next World Cup. A lot of question marks on what soccer is in America then, right? I think there was a lot of hype, a lot of momentum. I'm excited to see what these numbers are. Third place game is going to do good.
Yeah.
Has that always happened? I didn't know that always happened. I did not know that always happened. And losing that game, you obviously just got you got punched in the face on the field, and then your country also, not the entirety of it, but a lot of people saying, this group sucks. I don't want this group representing our country. That happened.
Blow it up.
Bingo. That's what they're saying. And then they're like, also, by the way, go get on that podium over there. How should we? I guess this has always happened. And U.S. is going to be here in 4 years. Not this game.
No. We'll be on Sunday.
But there's a chance we'll be in this particular sphere. How should we view this? Going out on top? These guys are going to. We assume everybody's going to play. Like this is. Is there half-assing in games in soccer? Or can there be? Can there not be? You tell me how we should view this.
I mean, I guess there could be, but it's to. Listen, these 4 teams that were in the semifinal, right, and the 4 teams that are still playing. I know this is the third and fourth place game, are the top 4 ranked teams in the world. They are going to want to stay in that conversation. So I think it would be surprising to me if there were a lot of changes being made. I think guys will go out. Obviously, it's a gut punch. As you said, it's a punch to the face to lose in the semifinal and then have to go out 4 days later, 3 days later, whatever it is, and play a game that is actually meaningful. I mean, you're playing to be the 3rd best team in the World Cup or the 4th best team in the World Cup. Now, there's pride involved in that, and Pat, as you know, as athletes, there's a lot of pride involved in a lot of games, in every game you play. So these guys are going to want to go out there and say, okay, we need to pick ourselves up. We need to not just be for the team and their country, but for themselves, and say, right, we can deal with setback. We can still go out. We can still perform. We can still play, and we can be the 3rd best team in the world currently.
Got it. Yeah, and you can have a little better taste in your mouth coming out.
Yeah.
You have a little better taste in your mouth. I'm not talking about actual taste, because turns out our food's better than everywhere other country.
Yeah, it is.
Mm-hmm.
That's what
I love it.
They love it over here, Reamer. They love it over here. I love to hear that.
Yeah, it's great.
I do love to hear it. Because I feel like, just being an internet human for a long time, all of us, they get real chirpy over there about us.
About everything.
Yeah, they read a lot of headlines from our country, and they're fucking chirping. And it's like, I don't even know what you're talking about. Okay, I don't even know what you're talking about. So then all of a sudden, a couple of them come over here and start talking, hey, the country's not bad. All of a sudden, I'm screenshotting the shit out of that for the next time,
Mm-hmm.
Hey, this guy lived right next door to you. What is it? Ours better than you? How's the air conditioning? Air conditioning's crazy.
Yeah.
Right.
Insane.
That tiny detail.
Yes.
That's why you stay in the MLS.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why you stay in the MLS. Okay, but let's talk about 4 years from now, Reamer, please, because there's one big name that we need to know about, and you could tell us obviously better than literally anybody as captain of his team. Go ahead, so last question.
Yeah, Tim, obviously the Gaffa, Pochettino, he stole our hearts. It felt like the team loved him, America loved him. Like how huge would it be not only for the U.S. men's national team, but the U.S. soccer as a whole if he were to come back and return and coach the team in 4 years for the World Cup, and obviously all the lead up and all of that, and CONCAFA. But also, like, is there any way we personally can bribe him besides sweet blue fishing shirts that he wears every game?
I don't know that there's anything you can bribe him. I think he's loved his time. I think they love what they were able to build and change within our kind of ecosystem and culture in the very short 20 months that they had. I think he is fully aware and they're fully aware of the job that it would be to take on for another 4 years. And it's just a matter of everybody has to wait and see. Like I said, his entire staff, they're all incredible people. They all are very good at their jobs. They high level individuals. They care about not just the players who were in the camp, but their families. But then they care about the sport, not where they are. They care about the sport wherever they are in that moment. And so him and I have had conversations about what could potentially happen, what needs to happen, where the sport can grow and be better. And it starts with these younger players developing in MLS and continuing to improve. But it would be I think everybody has taken to him and his staff. He's embraced the American culture. I will tell you that.
Oh yeah.
He is, as he said, 200% Argentine, but he loves the U.S. He loves the players. He loves the mentality of the players. And if he was, to come back for 4 years, I think he would have a much bigger runway.
Wait. When did he say he
build.
was 200% Argentine?
After we beat Bosnia, I believe.
Oh, yeah. He did.
What that wasn't World Cup. Country Roads has not entered his life at this point.
He didn't understand.
No, it has.
Mid-tournament.
No, he didn't understand American percentages at that time.
Yeah,
I mean, he couldn't even give us a percentage after that. He had experienced the Country Roads. He couldn't. He gave 200% back.
We should have been playing Toby.
Listen, this is the passion that these South Americans they have.
I know, but
you're not going to take that away. The fact that he was here and actually Country Roads made him tear up, I think tells you all you need to know.
I would like to know the percentages now. Post tournament, I would like to know. I would like a recount of the percentages.
Does he think it's out of 1,000 maybe? That's what
I didn't think about that. I didn't even think about that. I don't know Argentinian math well enough. I know one player with the last name of Messi equals 5. That's the only math I really understand there. And I know Maradona, these highlights that are happening coming out of his life and play on the field. I don't know if they're ever going to make another one like that.
No chance.
That feels like a one-on-one situation. They have 2 one. From my eyes, I don't even know fucking before the internet.
Yeah, who knows? Probably a couple.
This country's pretty good. This Argentina. This country's pretty good.
Yeah.
They got to figure it out.
Your math is a little off there.
No.
You have 2 one-of-ones.
All right, Reem. When's the MLS? When's the MLS? All right, when's the MLS? Or what do we do with that? When's the? All right, Reem. Yeah. All right.
We're back at it. It starts tonight.
Tonight?
Games are going on. Tonight. Wow. Games are going on.
Whoa, who's playing? Portland and Columbus, Pittsburgh Riverhounds versus
Riverhounds
Atlanta.
are getting, they're moving up.
You guys got the Riverhounds in the MLS now, Reem? Okay, what?
I mean, I'm not playing. I'm here. I'm on with you right now. I don't play. Charlotte doesn't play until next week, the 22nd.
Okay, so we're back in action. Do we know who's playing tonight?
There's four games.
We're back.
Chicago Fire, Whitecaps, probably the banger. Berhalter and the boys. I don't know if Lewandowski's playing yet for Chicago, but Mueller's on the Whitecaps as well. German legend.
Oh, so the MLS is coming out throwing a little bit of heat at us? Is that what you're saying, Gumpy?
Absolutely.
Sounders in Portland are playing.
Oh, hell yeah.
The Sounders are playing?
Yeah.
Ooh, good one, yeah.
Hey, Reamer, how's the Charlotte team? First of all, your owner is awesome.
The man.
Tepper is the man from everything we've learned and watched him do with Carolina Panthers. At the beginning, we wouldn't have said that. I think everybody would have said this
Well, he
guy.
had about 10 different gaffers in 2 seasons, so.
I think it was 6 months, actually, from our understanding, both in all of the teams he owned.
He figured it out.
He had 4 different coaches in each team that he owned in 4 different leagues in about a 3-month period. And then we saw him. And then we saw him drive in and go, what's the deal? And then we just said, we put together, this guy's got to be the worst of all time. And then we meet him, and he's like, do you know what he was saying about my play? This guy was funny. Of course, I'm from Pittsburgh. The guy, I almost fought that guy. They had to pull me back from fighting. I was like, oh, I kind of respect that. Would you want to drive by a thing that says you're the biggest asshole of all time? No, I walked in and asked him to take that down. Can you please not say that about me? And now the Panthers, good. Your team, we're good?
We're good. We've gotten better and better.
That didn't sound like it, Reamer.
What about the new
what do you want me to
transfer?
say? I've not been with the group in 6-7 weeks, so what do you want me to do?
It's good. I like that.
I like that. And also, soccer is seemingly a super duper, unless you're like the top 3 goal scorer in the world, super duper humbling sport. Just how many miles do you think you have run in your life?
Someone asked me how many games I played the other day, and that was I can't even count that.
How have your knees been able to do it? Do you wonder that actually?
I actually had them scanned not long ago, and I'm as we know, I'm 38, and I was told that I have the knees of a 27 to 28-year-old.
Wow.
So they're still going strong.
That's unbelievable. You should think about, can you sell that type of bone ability?
I don't know that you can.
Figure it out.
Looks like you got about 200 caps between international and MLS just alone. So
Cap's career appearances, unbelievable, 200 games. So
I think it's close to pushing 600. To be honest with you.
Jesus Christ.
Is that
What's
so the internet's wrong?
Well, 200.
No. But between national team and MLS, that's right. But then
respect, Tony.
300 something. 300 something with over in England with Fulham, and then 120 something with Bolton.
Craven Cottage, legendary stadium.
Yep.
Not to mention college.
600
Reamer,
caps is
thanks
good.
for representing America, dude.
I do my best.
All right, and thanks for representing.
Don't always get it. I don't always get it right, like the rest of us, but I try my best.
I like that.
Still my captain.
That's why you wear.
Oh yeah.
That's right.
Knees of a 27-year-old. Fuck, 4 years World Cup.
8 years.
Yeah.
Damn.
Next 2.
Yeah, especially if he's doing like the Messi, maybe 3 more World Cups. Mm-hmm. Ladies and gentlemen, Captain. Was that breaking? He said he's not going to play 3 more World Cups. Is that
Breaking. Yeah, breaking. Definitely not going to play 3 more World Cups.
I'd be pretty bummed out if we don't have a couple studs in the pipeline. Just, You're
talking about babies that have been blessed by others?
Fair point.
Yeah.
In 12 years, yeah.
Get your ass into a baby factory. I guess they don't have baby factory. Get your ass into one of those churches where baptisms are happening and go ahead and let the next one happen, please.
Okay.
Thank you, Tim.
I'll look into it.
Every state you visit, go to one of them. Is it Catholic does the baptism?
Yep.
Yeah.
You go to the Catholic Church and you say, listen up, Father, I got this one for the good of future U.S. soccer. Tell them to hold their nose because they're going back, and you do the wham
No, that's not a Catholic baptism. That's kind of a showy BS born again Christian thing. Just so you know.
That is coming from a Catholic school guy right there, just so we know. And he says at the end but a padre.
En nomine Patri et Filii et Spiritus Sancto.
Of course. Yeah. But Tim, what I'm saying is, no matter who's doing what, where, and how, if bodies are going into water, we need you to be the one doing it. Okay, so we can get a good soccer team later. You're the man. Ladies and gentlemen.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Good.
Breaking.
Boom.
Reamer will be visiting Catholic churches throughout the season to find our next great men's national team player. You're the best, Tim. Reamer, baby.
Yeah.
I think that's how it works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what soccer's telling us, AJ, isn't it?
Yeah. I guess what's the age cutoff though? Is he going to be blessing 13-year-olds?
Sure.
That's why I said Catholic, you get baptized as a baby.
Yeah.
You don't do like the 14-year-old go out into like some fucking dirty river and,
Well, I want down in the river to pray. I am about to good old name. What's that song?
I don't know.
George Clooney.
Chattahoochee?
George Clooney's on the run.
Oh, brother, we're out thou.
Yeah.
I have a man of constant sorrow.
Yeah, that's a heater.
Great.
That whole sound, that whole movie.
Yeah, I've seen Troubles in my days.
Yeah, you certainly have.
Mm-hmm.
Keep on.
Soggy Bottom Boys, I believe is their name.
This.
They were just trying to get on microphone. You go on them boxes that records things. Yeah, that's a great movie.
AJ's never heard it.
AJ, you ever seen that movie?
Yeah, it's been a while, but yeah, of course, I'm a big George Clooney fan. Yeah.
What other movies George Clooney's been in that you love?
Oh boy, so many. I mean, all the Oceans movies.
There you go.
Oceans,
Nice.
what, 11, 12, 13, 15, all of them.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think there's another one of those potentially coming in that particular franchise soon, right? Isn't that it?
That's correct.
Can't wait for all of that. Ladies and gentlemen.
Oh no. Uh-oh. Someone died?
Age Marcelo killed it last night, I thought.
He was good, honestly. I agree. And I love the Jim Abbott. I love the whole Jim Abbott situation. We talked about it in person back there, but I was a big fan of Jim Abbott, I think because my dad was blown away by Jim Abbott and would always tell me about it and watch him switch his glove and all that stuff. So it was cool to see him kind of get his flowers.
We did not talk about it in person because you were not there.
The day before, previous, yes, we did.
Oh, okay. You're saying you're talking about before he wins, before he does his speech, or we see the video and really know what's going to happen there. It was very well done, I think. As it is, there was some things that were happening that classic people will attack. But I think it's just
a few of them.
There's a
like
couple
what
of
age?
There's a couple of things we don't have to talk about it, but there are some things in our show every day. There's at least 5 things that people would say they're disgusted by, or should be at least with the low quality of it. But I think it was a good show.
Flopping bit was great.
Unbelievable.
Great skit.
I really enjoyed, and I know we've said this a lot. Does everybody know Marcelo? I'm in a.
I don't think so.
I'm in a boom and a bang and a pow. I don't really.
I just recently discovered him in the last couple of months.
He was unbelievable.
The Sebastian thing put him on the map.
Yes,
the Sebastian
that's how I
skit.
Yeah.
His energy was just sweet. Like he had sweet energy. Like it was a ray almost like follows him around. And in the back, like I was talking about, he was thanking everybody. Like I don't know if that's normal. I don't know if like going into the green room and like thanking people for coming and doing the show and going to the other side and going to the other side. Jeff Ross was in the back, obviously. I mean, it was a great group. Right above me there, the black guy. He went first. We had a good conversation about the sciences that were on.
Yep. Oh, nice.
Yeah, we had a good conversation about the different sciences that are available. And, I think Ross is sitting in the corner, dressed like Mickey from Rocky. Okay, sitting in the corner like Mickey from Rocky, and just like the greatest. And I told him, I hope that they're still able to get somebody that wants to be roasted forever so that he can showcase his one-of-one ability. Do we not think that there was a time where a lot of people thought Jeff Ross, this guy's a one-trick pony, okay? When Jeff Ross comes in there, this guy just kind of, what are we talking about? He just makes fun of people. That's all he could do. And then now we're at the point, it's like, that guy's the greatest make fun of people of all time. No, goes into jails.
Yeah.
Does it. Goes on to military bases. Just starts with the Admiral. Just starts going. He's a unique talent that is certainly and I told him that I watch all you. I love shit talking, so like what you do is the greatest, and I hope that we are able to continue to have those because the last couple have been very loud, and to get people to sign up for it, I don't know. I don't know how many people are going to just be signing up for that because you're so good, sir. So that is kind of the you are so good at what you do, sir. I don't know how many more there's going to be.
Well, and that's what is crazy is if like you are around our ages and you go back and you watch some of the Comedy Central ones from like 2007, 2008, like where they were doing them all the time. There were like 2 roasts a year, and the way they kill people in those, like if those were to air right now, like it just would net like the blowback that you would get from that would, it would end the world. So like, hopefully they do still have plans to do, because he hits a homer every single time he goes out there.
And I would like to see Marcelo do more.
Yeah,
I would like to see him and Will Ferrell. I thought that was a great bit.
Yeah.
In theater, I don't know how it was at home, and I think people are judging Will Ferrell's series potentially off of other series and whatever it is. And I got a chance to tell Will Ferrell the other day that I was thankful for his contributions. That was outrageous that we got to do that, and that's real. When you're in comedy, you're gonna have some hits and you're gonna have some misses. Will Ferrell's been doing it a very long time. I thought last night was a hit with them, and there was no the teleprompter back there. There was no. That was all. That was all happening in
just riffing.
That was happening in real time right there between the two. So I respect that even more so to go up there and do that. Fat Joe loved it.
He did.
Fat Joe also loved everything that was celebrating the New York Knicks. Last night was a big-time New York Knicks celebration for good reason. It was fan voting, and New York happens to have the largest city in the United States of America, and everybody is a Knicks fan. Team USA's hockey teams,
snubbed.
Sweet run.
Come on.
No chance. Indiana, you guys won a national championship, went undefeated, when just 5 years ago you were considered the worst team in the history of college football. No chance. This New York Knicks team, we finally got it done. And you're going to see the people in this show that are like not the talent in suits, all of them Knicks fans.
Yeah.
Online poll voting, it turns out all of them Knicks fans.
Yeah.
For good reason. We got to celebrate it. Joining us now, ladies and gentlemen, for a special quick hitter. It's time for a...
It's a Shams drive-by, just need a hot five. What's going on in hoops? We don't need a deep dive. It's a Shams drive-by, just need a hot five. What's going on in hoops? We don't need a deep dive.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for a Shams drive-by. Shams, you look incredible. How are you doing, pal? LeBron James free agency is just your life now, because Kendrick Perkins told us that they've basically told him to sit in the room in which he has his camera set up, because anything can happen at any time. How should we be viewing this? And inevitably, when does this wrap up, do you think?
Yeah, so first of all, drive-by, we have so much that's happened in the NBA the last 3 weeks.
That's what we're saying.
Better hurry up.
What we're saying.
Need a little bit of a break, so we have a lot to get to. But as far as LeBron James, I don't know if I'm waiting on bated breath right now or this week potentially. LeBron's got a string of events. He's got Fanatics Fest today. He's got some CNBC stuff. He's got Time 100. He's got multiple different podcasts tapings and all this stuff, I don't know if I'm holding my breath for an announcement this week. But I think as we get into next week, I do think this process is getting closer and closer to the end here. LeBron James has all the information that he needs to make a decision. All the GMs, the owners, the presidents, they've all made their pitch through Rich Paul, his agent. They've even sent Pat, interestingly enough, LeBron has had multiple different owners and GMs, about three to five, that have sent voice memos to him via Rich Paul. So they'll send it to Rich Paul, and then he'll send it to LeBron James. And so we're looking at a group of teams, the Cavs, the Heat, the Warriors, the Sixers, and the Timberwolves. But my feel, when I talk to teams around the league, when I really dig a little bit more on this situation, the focus is really on the top contending teams for this being the Cavaliers, the Heat, and the 76ers. And so now it's just up to LeBron James to make a decision. And we're now July 16th. We're 16 days into free agency. A little over 16 days after he let the Lakers know that he is bouncing, that he's going to leave the organization after 8 years. And we're all waiting for a decision, which for what would be a 24th historic campaign for LeBron James.
Okay, you left out the Golden State Warriors there, which I
don't think I did. Did I?
Yeah, you did.
That's why we
Cavs, Heat, Warriors, Sixers.
Okay, that is what you said just now, yes. But just a few seconds ago, if we were to put the drive-by in reverse, let's pop that thing over here. You did say, okay, so that that was just an omission at the time, mistake, because that feels fun. The Golden State Warriors one feels like a lot of fun. You know, Tyrese and LeBron are doing the Mind the Game podcast from Fanatics Fest. Everybody's there.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Time 100 thing happening tonight.
Yeah.
Pretty sweet.
Yeah. Shams will be in the
And
building. A lot happening in New York. Tyrese asked LeBron James if he had a decision for everyone. And LeBron said, we just talked about this in the back, which is probably like, don't bring it up. And then Halliburton says, okay, I'll leave it alone.
That's a good.
Shout out to Tyrese bringing it up. Shout out to them figuring out this is
we got to give him credit. You got to at least ask the question.
Hey, good journalism, Tyrese.
And baby Tyrese.
And also, breaking news, Tyrese, Halliburton, and Puma have released shoes for adults. Ladies and gentlemen, we got the all whites here.
Yeah, they're nice.
Yeah. Thank you, Puma and Tyrese, for doing this. They're incredibly comfortable, and they are bright white.
Uh-huh.
They are bright white, which is abnormal. We're coming up on a hard out. Thank you so much, Shams. That was really all. I'm joking. But we will continue digitally on YouTube and.
So Pat, you asked me about the Warriors, right? And
hold on, Shams.
We got time now.
Shams.
I have more information to give.
We don't have it. We have 30 seconds right now, Shams. We will continue with Shams, who has so much more information.
That's a lot.
With the Golden State Warriors. We'll continue on YouTube, ESPN Plus, Disney Plus. I think we're even on X still. That's probably going to get dropped potentially.
Oh, really?
I don't know if X is supposed to be up there. I don't think X is supposed to be up there.
Live watching.
Yeah, I think Clips definitely supposed to be.
People are nice.
Anyways, we will continue
That's
digitally.
breaking news.
No, we're still doing it. That's not a real decision. Is there ever? Okay, well, that was good.
Someone clip it. Someone aggregate it.
Hold on. So that was, Shams, you don't even know what just happened in front of your face right there. Okay, so we're going to continue. We're now digitally. Okay, we are off ESPN, linear television. So now, digital exclusive. Ain't that right, Foxy?
I like that.
You see that, Foxy?
Digital exclusive.
With Shams Charania.
That's nice.
Shams, you have more on Golden State Warriors. Riddle me this. Is that not the perfect setup for LeBron James at this age of his life with his golf obsession and also off the field stuff? Is there any like big money stuff up there in that area, especially if you were to play for the Golden State Warriors? And does he ever do any? Trillions of dollars are up in that area. Is that not the, doesn't that feel, now Cleveland going home? Definitely. 1,000,000%. Storybook. Would make sense for LeBron. I think Rich Paul even, and I think Rich is saying, hey, this is LeBron has all the information. This is up to him to make this decision, I think, but it is obviously my job to make sure he gets everything. Rich and their entire business that is kind of catapulted, going back home, getting another parade for them, sailing off into Akron Sunset. I don't even know if that happens in Ohio or not, but you know what I'm saying. It's like that is storybook, so I could definitely see that. But for me, just like, LeBron loves the show. Okay, LeBron loves everything about it. Him and Steph Curry on a team together is showtime. LeBron loves Draymond Green, doesn't he? I mean, like, people get pissed how much Draymond Green and LeBron James are friends.
Yeah.
And people are not happy about it. They see pictures of them having the time of their lives, it looks like. Drenched in sweat from dancing and laughing, and people go, fucking Draymond, why is this guy hanging around with LeBron? Doesn't that seem, is this all just, for me, it feels like this is sitting right in front of us here, especially with all of the golf. Why would it not be Shams? And is everybody viewing the Golden State situation as like, yeah, feels like a perfect situation? Going home, also awesome, but certainly a perfect situation in Golden State.
That would be a generational show. To see Stephen Curry and LeBron James play together for their last 2, 3, 4, whatever years, how many ever years LeBron has left, and Steph Curry has probably 2, 3, 4 more years. It would be amazing. It would be a generational show, but I think, and yeah, as far as the Silicon Valley and all the money that's in the Bay, LeBron would have access to it. I don't know if he has to be there to have access to it. I think LeBron James has access to anything he wants in the world. But that's exactly why this has been so appealing for LeBron James, is being able to play with Steph, being able to play with Draymond, being able to finish your career at a place where you're playing with other legends, Hall of Famers, guys that know the game, guys that have the same understanding and culture environment that he wants to be a part of. The issue, I think, when LeBron James, when you look at that team with the Warriors, is that team, if he's there, is that team good enough? And I think that's the big question. Happiness is the word of the day in terms of LeBron James. But what encapsulates happiness? It's a bunch of things. It's being on a team that has a chance to compete. It's giving yourself an opportunity to win and win big. And that's why a lot of the focus has been around teams that are positioned right now. If you add a LeBron James to the Cavaliers, that's a hole at 3 position that they need. You add him to the Sixers, he slides right in the starting lineup. That's a contender. Cavs, contender. Heat, complete contender the moment he gets there. So, you know, the Warriors would need a little bit of work still. And the big thing with the Warriors was packaging LeBron James with another star player. And that's when you would get LeBron James's attention. That's the idea. And that's when the Warriors went into free agency. Can we start a big 4? Steph, Draymond, LeBron, and Anthony Davis. We know the relationship between AD and LeBron goes deep. And so are you able to get that done? And so far, we're 16 days into July. There's been no real traction in any trade conversations the Warriors have on AD or any other star, which then leads me to believe that they are behind, and they are, to my knowledge, behind other teams such as a Miami, a Cleveland, a Philadelphia. And the Sixers literally got on the map the moment they got Jaylen Brown. They were not even in the picture. So that just goes to show you make moves, you can get LeBron James' attention, especially in this free agency.
Okay, so on that note, go ahead, Con, man.
Yeah, pretty wild, Shams. You just mentioned Jaylen Brown to the Sixers. Now there's all this other fallout kind of conversation happening about the second apron and all that, especially after Wemby did his 25% rookie extension instead of the 30%. Is that going to be some of this fallout with the Jaylen Brown thing? What was the situation with, Boston? Because I know you've come out and defended and holded Jaylen Brown's water, but on the other side, I believe Joel Embiid. I believe. Hold on. I believe Joel Embiid hasn't really communicated with Jaylen Brown. There's been nothing about that. How is that supposed to play out? That's a championship or bust, of course.
Yeah, I mean, the Sixers are now definitely a championship, type situation, but they had no idea of getting Jaylen Brown going into this offseason. Like, Paul George, his contract, they would have to give up picks to get off of Paul George's contract this offseason. And now you're in a position where you get off of Paul George's contract, you throw a couple firsts in there, a couple seconds, and you end up with Jaylen Brown. They had no idea they'd be able to get Jaylen Brown in the prime of his career at the age of 29, going on 30 years old when next season starts. This for sure came out of nowhere. I think there's a few layers to this. I saw what Brad Stevens said, tying up 70% to 2 players, with Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. Where that argument doesn't hold up is that Paul George and Jaylen Brown are basically making the same amount. So the next 2 years, Paul George is under contract on a max deal, I think around $55 million. Jaylen Brown is around 57. So you're still tying up your salary cap with 70%. So that leads teams around the league to ask the question, like, why did you trade Jaylen Brown now? Couldn't you have waited as the summer went on, as next season went on, because he had 3 years left on his deal? Now, the answer to that is very simple. The Celtics were not going to commit a extension to Jaylen Brown. They did not They clearly did not want him or felt strongly enough about him long term for whatever reason internally that when his extension was going to come around in late July, they knew they were not going to offer Jaylen Brown the 2-year, $140 million plus. And that would have caused a reaction. Both sides would have had to have even harder conversations. And this could have gone another way. This could have gotten ugly potentially because you've already shopped the player in Jaylen Brown multiple times. In 2022, he was offered for Kevin Durant. This summer, he was offered for Giannis. He was made available in trades last summer. So this is not the first time. And the only way to show a guy like that respect is by giving him the contract offer. No money, no respect, and no Jaylen Brown. And at the end of the day, the Celtics preemptively got out in front of that. But I think the question around the league is why this trade, right? Like why Paul George, why the picks? And clearly the Celtics like Paul George a lot.
Yeah, Paul George is a dog. Okay? I was lucky to watch him here in Indiana for the Pacers. He was great for our city. Oklahoma City, it didn't really work, right? Got hurt. When did he get hurt? Was that before? That was in Oklahoma City?
Good question.
When he,
Clippers?
Yeah, when he blew
I think it was before the Clippers, I think. Wait, when
Hasn't he played for the Clippers
he got
like
hurt with the
4
Pacers,
times?
I think. That's Team USA.
I don't think he was with the Pacers.
It was with Team USA. I don't remember what NBA team he was playing for, though.
I don't know.
He was with Indy, and then he had like shoulder surgeries, I want to say, with the Thunder, and then he had some knee surgeries when he was with the Clippers. And then last season, he dealt with the hyperextended knee. And then he got suspended for 25 games for an anti-drug violation for a product that he used.
Yeah, this past year he was suspended earlier in the year.
Okay, so Paul George was incredible for the Pacers. I mean, he was so good for us. He was megastar. Now, that team ends up having to get blown up, I guess, from the inside because who knows? And then he goes to Oklahoma City, and then never really, right? Then it never really gets going. Even at the Clippers, never really gets going. Now he's at the Sixers, it never really got going, still had to happen. And now he goes to the Celtics. It's like maybe him and Tatum are a perfect 1-2 punch. Maybe they end up playing great off each other. Got to meet Tatum last night. He's huge.
Yeah. Giant.
He is so tall. He's so cool and so kind, and also he's pretty quiet. I mean, he is obviously your guys' face up there, but him and Paul George team, yeah. I mean, he's awesome. Good angling by me, so it didn't look like he was 10 inches tall.
Sure.
Just want to let you know that. Hey, can I get a selfie with you? Yeah, absolutely. He stands there, and then I just walk this way. Yep. Here we go. Thank you, sir. Let me go ahead and get out of here. But it's his team, and him and Paul George are supposed to be a 1-2 punch just like him and Jaylen Brown. Is that your guys' expectations with the Celtics?
At least for the next 2 years. I mean, the last thing as a Celtics fan, if you remember the season, was Paul George cooking us in a 3-1 comeback and, not leading them, but being a huge piece of that entire comeback. And now kind of that entire drama has blown up a little bit. Like Jaylen Brown said, hey, I found out 45 minutes before the game in Game 7 that Tatum couldn't play, and then that was disproven. Like, that's not true. Like, you knew way before that. I don't know if you want to weigh in on that at all, Shams, but there's been a lot of things of that nature where I think even Celtics fans and people are just kind of like, you know what? That was a good run. We got some picks back that are great, and Paul George 2 years, and then we don't have to pay him.
But you New England folks are like this now. Tom leaves, goes to Tampa Bay. This is Bill Belichick's team.
Whoa.
Yeah, I think
a little different than Jaylen Brown and Tom. Like even when Tom won his 7th Super Bowl, it was like, this is sweet. Like 7.
No, but when he left, you guys had to do your best version of the breakup, and nope. Yeah, we don't like that guy anyways. And now we're hearing more stories, finding out more stories, we're learning more things. Just like we thought, Tatum's team, let's continue to do that.
Tom Brady allegedly helped the Seattle Seahawks win the Super Bowl in February. So.
See, that's exactly.
That's a fact, though. Like these things, when it happened in the moment with Tom, it wasn't like he was streaming and doing all this stuff. It was like, yeah, that 20-year relationship ran its course. Jaylen Brown, I mean,
I think the point that you're making, BC, I think that the relationship had run its course between.
Yeah, but you all were trying to act like it wasn't. Remember, there's constant communication. These guys being calm. This is what we were being told. It was like we were looking from the outside in, going, "Man, I don't know, dude. That just feels like that's going to be a tough one for that to continue to happen." Especially because a lot of people are telling us this is Giannis Antetokounmpo. Okay, so for Jaylen Brown, like, hey, this isn't anything. It's like Jaylen Brown, I don't want to fucking hear that. Jaylen Brown's, I'm fucking Jaylen Brown. What are we even talking about? Is how we myself, AJ, I think. No offense, Connor. Connor was believing that maybe that wasn't going to be the case.
For sure.
But it is like, as a competitor, the thought or expectation that he was just going to be okay at this stage of his career, just being tossed into the trade, I mean, just like loudly tossed in there. If I can get Jalen, a couple other things as well for this guy. And Jalen's like, what is this even? You know, so we thought that was dead, but they were certainly telling us that it wasn't at the time. We think this was dead immediately, like before when he was up in Giannis, he was going to get traded this offseason regardless. Is that what we were thinking?
I mean, once they started having conversations with the Giannis front, like a little after that, when the deal didn't happen, I made it very clear when I was doing TV, like they were either going to make a trade for a top flight player, like they tried to do with Giannis, or they were going to go approach this trade with another path, which is try to get as many draft picks as you can possibly get. So when you go out and you try to move with Jaylen Brown, you want to go get Giannis. There's no other better player than Jaylen Brown on the market than a Giannis that was available. So then you try to get 4 or 5 first-round picks. They were asking teams in late June, going into July, for like a handful of first-round picks. It was going to be a non-starter of a conversation if you didn't come with that many picks. But, you know, time went on and that price clearly went down, and they felt a sense of urgency going into, you know, as you get into summer league this month, that they now, again, the question on league is why do it when they completed the trade? Like, why do it the second day of free agency? You could have waited a week, could have waited later on. I think the big thing was his contract extension coming up late July, and that could have allowed the situation to get way uglier.
Yeah, contract extension coming. Also, we're streaming a lot, we're learning a lot, we're hearing a lot. I assume Stevens had that decision made or whatever, and then Giannis got the last thing.
And then didn't they back out of the Giannis trade because Giannis wanted 35% of the cap on his next extension?
That's
okay. That's just a false report. Okay.
Yeah, and I assume there's a lot of those going around right now with anonymous sources.
The breakdown with the Giannis Boston conversations was very simple. The Celtics did not want to give up Hugo Gonzalez and or Baylor Shireman and another draft asset when the Bucks asked for that. From my reporting, that was the breakdown in that conversation. The Bucks didn't want to add any of the young players. Their final offer was Jaylen Brown, 2 first-round picks. Nothing like that's what it was.
Okay, so let's move on from that. You said completed the trade. You know, I always think when I read a tweet about a trade, it's been completed.
Yeah.
You know, if it's been tweeted, it's been completed.
Well said.
That's kind of how I view it. Allegedly, there's a suspension on the Kawhi Leonard trade back to Toronto. There was a celebration in the city of, hey, he's coming back. I think Drake announced, hey, it's great to have you back. We're all doing it. And then all of a sudden, it's like, well, pending actual another one of them. That tree thing was interesting. We're going to have to take a little look-see at what's going on here. What is this? How long does this investigation take? And would the owner of the team that was potentially doing this be in a lot more trouble than the player that was potentially on a receiving end of what has allegedly happened here? They're opening a second investigation into this entirety. What should we expect out of this? And is this very abnormal? Because it does feel as such.
We're about to be on 11 months of this investigation into whether the Clippers committed salary cap circumvention violations by giving a no-show, basically, no services rendered agreement on an endorsement deal with Kawhi Leonard through this company Aspiration, which has, a ton of legal issues, and someone just got charged with 14 years, I believe, in prison. Joe Sandberg, I think is his name. And so there's a lot there. I think Steve Ballmer has also sued. He said he's lost millions and millions of dollars. I think this company clearly frauded a bunch of people. But with this, was this a place where the Clippers, were able to use this company as essentially funneling money to Kawhi Leonard? That's at the crux of the investigation. And the NBA is at almost 11 months and counting, no outcome, no result, no update. And, there's been no restriction in some of the conversations that the Clippers have had with other teams on trading Kawhi Leonard. This started all the way back in February at the deadline. There were multiple teams like the Warriors and others that were discussing deals with the Clippers. No deal happens. So then you fast forward into this offseason, the Clippers and Kawhi Leonard, they've been talking about their future. There was no contract extension that was going to be offered to Kawhi Leonard going into this offseason. So both sides kind of looked at it like, okay, what do we do here? You're not going to go into a year with a guy like Kawhi Leonard, 2-time champion, 2-time Finals MVP, last year of his deal, and not have an extension. He's going to be looking on elsewhere. The Clippers are going to see what else is out there for them. So that's when these sides looked at Toronto, because Kawhi Leonard made it clear that he would give a contract extension. He would commit long-term to Toronto. So these two teams negotiated for a period of about 2.5 weeks in June on a deal. Both sides didn't really have any type of restriction. No team, neither of the team was really reached out to by the NBA during that initial negotiation period, from my understanding. And now there was a deal that was completed on June 30th, agreed to in principle, and the sides went to do a trade call on July 6th. That's the first day after the NBA moratorium is lifted, where you can discuss or have a trade call to complete a deal. Well, they go to do the trade call, and the league says, hold on. Can't go through with this until basically the investigation is complete, because if you do, the Raptors would assume all the risk of any potential discipline that comes from this. That's not saying that Kawhi Leonard will be disciplined, but that's basically a pre-warning that if you do go through with it, and if in a month or 2 months from now, Kawhi Leonard is given a 30-game suspension or is voided of his contract or anything, the Raptors are going to have to deal with the consequences. Well, listen, the Raptors are obviously like, well, listen, if that's the case, we're not really comfortable moving forward with this. So the deal gets paused. And now Adam Silver made some comments that, they're hoping to have some kind of resolution this summer. My understanding is we're still weeks out from
who's doing this
on a resolution.
Who's doing this? Downtown Los Angeles court system? Who's doing the investigation?
Lipton law firm. The law firm Wachtell Lipton.
11-month investigation. Are they the feds? What 11-month investigation with no answer in sight? Them, though, we can assume, calling Toronto and saying, hey, you might want to let's see what happens. That is a little alarming. That sounds like something is. This is me just hearing what you're saying and assuming, and we all know what happens with assumptions. But the league being like, well, let's hold our horses real quick, because we might not be negotiating in good faith here. We might not be. This might not be a thing that's taking place. Kind of like what we saw with Sorsby.
Yeah.
Situation. Who knew what when? And like that entire thing. So that kind of alarms me a little bit about something maybe coming from this. Or maybe they are just like, we should at least all know what this is going to be before it happens. I appreciate all the information, all the detail. We had to catch up on a lot. It wasn't just a drive-by. You parked that bitch. And I'll tell you what, it was awesome. We appreciate you. Good luck at the Time 100 thing this evening.
Pat, I'm going to miss you, man. Congrats to you. We're on the digital airwaves right now. This is what we used to do back in the day. Like ESPN, you've been on ESPN. That's just a cherry on top. This is what you would do anyway. So, I appreciate you, bro.
No problem. And I'm very thankful and pumped for you to be able to go to this Time 100 thing, because we know.
I'm going with my mom. Shout out to my mom.
Mom Sharania.
Let's go.
Love that. I love Mom Sharania.
Yeah. Mom Sharania.
Yeah, Moms and Shams coming out. Moms and Shams.
Sounds like.
She was so excited to take a picture with you. So excited, but I told her we'll get Pat next time.
Okay, I think Mom Sharania, if she has watched you on this particular show, she knows that that's an event that I would rather, not be at. But honored to be invited to said event. I just can't. I mean, after what a lot of Sudi. Sure. A lot of super Sudi. We're doing a lot of that. Been doing too much of that. I actually, as you know, backed out of doing that 2 days ago, where I was like, I can't do this shit like this all week. I'm not doing this, no way. Just because everybody's really nice, okay? But there's also people that I think are very dumb. And it's very hard for me not to say it. I have this thing in my body that other people, I think, they're able to compress these things. Let's sleep on it, okay? I've been with me 39 years. I don't have that. Never had it.
Sure.
If it's in here, it's coming out of here. And those events always have people that I have done that to in the past, and I always got to do the whole, I hate that guy. I fucking hate that guy. I hate that guy. Yeah, right. And then I just got to sit there, and they're like, oh, why don't you go be nice to him? It's like, I don't think that's ever going to happen, but yeah, I do appreciate it. So on that note, I'd like to say it is an honor to be a part of that. That list was very cool to be a part of. And for you to be on there, I think it is so fantastic for you to maybe look in the mirror, because there's been people trying to, attack you both from within and on the outside whenever you get that senior role after just being a digital guy for so long, especially filling in the big Woj Bomb's shoes, especially with a team around you there whenever you get there that was hired by Woj. So the Woj father is kind of a lot of these people's best. And you get dropped in there. So maybe not everybody's pulling for your success. And then you got Pat Riley coming out and saying, this fucking guy. And then you got the Greek Freak saying, don't we all miss Woj? And the people that are working with Shams are like, yeah, we do. And then what you do, you just stay the course. Report the news. You're right on everything. And now you're on the Time 100 list. And you used to just tweet about doing lunch.
Yep.
So
Right.
we're proud of you, Shams. We are very, very proud of you. We hope you and your mom have a great red carpet. I hope you get all the photos, all the cool pics. I hope you get the handshakes. And I hope LeBron doesn't decide to make the decision tonight because you're not going to be able to enjoy the event at all. You'll just be doing this.
He's going to be there. He's going to be there. So if I see him, I'm going to have to pull up.
He's tall. You'll see him.
I have to ask.
If he's there, I think you will see LeBron James. If you have a conversation with him, please let the world know what's happening. Because Tyrese Halliburton asked one question and he just left it.
Yeah.
And that's why he's doing shoes now and not,
Exactly.
the news.
Tyrese wasn't asking Dan Patrick questions,
No.
Yeah, you got to do that sometimes.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, booking is no fun.
No, it's
Thought
not.
for sure we had Marcelo on today.
Yeah.
Just crush the ESPYs. Just absolutely crush the ESPYs. I got a chance to talk to him for probably 30, a long time.
Hung out a bit.
I was so impressed. I was so impressed with the way he operated, honestly, in the entire operation. Thought for sure we'd have him on. Maybe some other day.
Yeah,
that's right.
Maybe some other day.
Type up a description of the show, and we can potentially get you on the schedule in the future. It's like, okay, yeah. All right.
Come on. It's the PMS.
All right, enough. Have fun, ladies and gentlemen. Sham Sharania.
Hey.
Think about that, AJ.
I would love to read that. You type up a one sheet of description of what the show is.
Yeah, and it's like, you're a publicist for this guy who just did the ESPYs. You should at least have a little bit of information about
bizarre.
Yeah.
some stuff,
Same network.
Type up a description of the show. Do people do that? We should do that, I guess.
I bet.
Hey, we should do that. We will do that today.
Sounds like ChatGPT could do that in 2 seconds.
Yep.
Actually, let's see. We could have done this. I should have just done this. Mr. GPT. That is proper pronoun.
You could have done it, but you're staying on business.
I sent a great email. Back to that one, to that particular request. Yeah, one of my best. Which, once again, these people would be at the things, and it's like, I'm gonna hate you forever. So, like, that is just how this is gonna go. Mr. GPT, can you type up a description of the Pat McAfee Show to send to a super suit? All right, here we go. Let's see what it is.
Have you used Supersuit with chat before? That I know what you're talking about?
Me and Mr. GPT know each other pretty good.
I know that.
Yeah. Mr. GPT understands completely what I just said there. The Pat McAfee Show is one of the most influential and... all right. I'm out of here. I'm not listening to that. We don't need to ever do that again. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice that might change your life. We're back tomorrow. I'm going to tell you, we are so incredibly lucky that we get to do this for a living. And the fact that we now have a golf simulator in our office that pumps balls up from the bottom like a bowling alley, AJ. Awesome. Like a bowling alley. It just kind of reloads.
Oh, man. That's beautiful.
Yeah, it is absolutely spectacular.
Does it tilt? Does the hitting surface tilt?
There's going to be some wayward shots, I think, that could get outside of that box and get into the Thunderdome.
There's a chance. There's always a chance.
So then it just pops back up after you hit it?
Yep.
Oh, that's awesome.
Here's his 7-iron. Actually, I need the driver.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, this one's broke. Okay. Thanks, AJ.
Not me.
Here you go. Yeah, can we turn on the handheld here?
There it is.
Yeah, okay. So this thing just bowling alley pops up out of here. Can't use the iron on the tee, they said, though. Can't use the iron on the tee here because it will slice through the tee, you see. So you got to use the irons back here. Only driver off the tee. But this fucker right here is a little hole. Here, watch this thing. It'll dump it up onto the tee. It's a shot. Rolls. It's incredible. This is technology, AJ. And this is going to get me into the senior tour. Do they do either drug or PED testing?
I don't think so.
Nope.
Okay. Oh, that's sick. That's really good news.
Too much Viagra. It was screwing up the chest.
Makes sense. Boom, boom couples.
Well,
They say that's
you don't
really.
need it.
Hey, they say that's really good for thinning the blood for blood circulation.
Yeah, exactly.
You got people walking around hard, but boy, their feet aren't losing feeling.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It was originally a heart attack medicine.
Bruce just said that they do drug tests, I guess.
Well,
there goes everything.
Who did you look it up from?
AJ, this is this Royal Birkdale? Do we remember?
Looks like it.
This is Old Course at St. Andrews.
Yeah, this is St. Andrews.
So nice.
All right, AJ.
Like that
Head on the wall. Head on brick wall.
That's right.
Wait on this ass cheek here.
It's 3:37 to the flag.
Bam.
All right, I fucking
Unfortunately, it did not register.
Can we see the ball?
It
Can we see
did
the next
not
ball pop up?
register.
That's good.
That is the
That's a good start.
Leaving it on the tee box for
Funniest
the
I'm done. I'm done. Be a friend. Tell a friend something nice. It might
Funniest
change your life.
possible
We're in this thing together.
I'll see
Can we
you
get
next
AJ
time.
on the back wall, please? Thank you.
Oh, no.
funniest possible result.
All right. Try it again
Oh,
tomorrow.
Too much velocity.
Fucking piped that thing. Fucking, I would have had a putt and probably some.
Just gonna have to fold that thing up, I guess.
I'm out on simulators.
I'm completely out.
All
Good
of
thing.
them. They
Good thing we
suck.
got one.
Yeah, 3 days too late.
Yeah. Feels like, ladies and gentlemen, you could be the brand new owner of a. All right. We appreciate all of you. We will see you tomorrow. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice. It might change your life. We're in this thing together. Team on me, team on three. Huge day tomorrow. Hey, we got the number one wide receiver in the country coming in here to make his commitment. Kid goes to high school right down the road.
Throw.
Yeah, literally right down the road. He's the number one wide receiver in the country. Munchin's his name. Munchin Sales, absolute monster. Munchin's going to have all the mansions after what I've seen him do from watching his film the last 2 weeks. This guy right here around Indiana, and obviously Indiana Hoosiers are the current national champions of college football, which is such an abnormal thing to even think about or say. Around Indiana, this kid's got a lot of motion.
Yeah.
We had people before I even knew or had a request for him to come on this particular show to do it. We had people saying, hey, I heard Munchin's coming on your show to announce he's going to the Indiana. And I was like, that's sick. First of all, when is that happening? And they're like, well, within the next couple of weeks. I'm like, I did not know that. And then they reach out and they're like, hey, we were wondering if we could make the announcement. And then we watch his film and it's like, yeah. If the whole state is talking about you where we live, and then we watch your film and you're outrageous and you're the number one wide receiver in the country from Indiana.
Oh, yeah. Playing safety coming down in the box. That's awesome.
Yeah, he's all over the place. And he also challenged Sauce Gardner at Sauce Gardner's camp here recently.
Yes, he did.
So, I mean, this guy's
Dog mentality.
This guy's got real motion. So he'll be in here tomorrow. Munchin's got motion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, he do.
Yes, he do.
Look at that little guy.
And we'll see him tomorrow. Yeah, because that kid, by the way, has been looking up to Munchin, too. So, Sauce new to town.
Yeah.
Munchin has had this entire state looking up to him for the last 3 years as he's just been dominating football fields. When was the last time Indiana had the number one wide receiver in the country?
They never have.
When was the last time Indiana was the reigning, defending, undisputed college football national champions?
Never.
I don't think they ever have been.
Okay, huge news tomorrow coming in. Is he going to Indiana?
Oh, that would be poetic.
I hope.
Wow.
Could roll Tide. And let's not put it past Cristobal. This guy's a Cristobal guy. You just saw him.
Yeah, exactly.
Not that he's not a Signetti guy, but he's a wide receiver who's coming down in the box.
That far right one is the U for it as well.
Yeah. Oh, AJ.
Yeah. I mean, that'd be nice.
It's a
That'd be a
factory.
great surprise if he came to the Buckeyes.
Be a friend, tell a friend something nice. Might change their life. We're in this thing together. We'll see you tomorrow. We can't wait, Munchin. Be a friend, tell a friend something meaningful. Be a friend, tell a friend that they're going to do just fine. Be a friend, tell a friend that they did a great job the last couple of days just surviving.
Hell yeah. Tell some friends, too, that, boy, I tell you what, the gas tank ran out about an hour and a half ago. I cannot wait to tell a friend something nice right after this show.
Team on me, team on three. 1, 2, 3, team. Goodbye.